you'd think with all the money that the mayor charged me to rent this stuff that he would have sent me white candles. I think orange candles are going to clash with pink napkins.
Oh, no, sir. No, sir. No, sir. Not at all. As a matter of fact, I think it's rather chic.
Oh, do you?
Oh, yes.
Pink with the... Oh, I hope so. You know, this dinner I'm giving for General Bronson, this could make me career-wise.
No, Captain Binghamton. Holy jumping, look at this.
Hey, what are you doing here? What is this? You're supposed to be out in your putt-putt getting shot at.
Hey, boy, a party. Look at all the goodies.
Those nuts aren't for you, you squirrel.
No. General Bronson is coming for dinner tomorrow night, and he's going to have a nice big party, right?
That's right. Oh, would you stop it? No wonder you got two chins. One can't do all the work.
How about that? You're entertaining the commanding general.
Boy, that sounds like fun. Hey, where do I sit?
You're gonna sit in the brig if you don't get your clammy little hands off of my table. That's where you're gonna sit, you pushy little creep. You're pushy.
I am not.
All right. Oh, no, wait a minute. Mr. Parker is a little edgy, sir, because we've been out on patrol for a week. Steady, sir. As a matter of fact, my whole crew is all tense, and, well, I was going to ask if you wouldn't give them a few days' liberty so that where they can go out and see the country, kind of let them unwind, you know?
It's a good idea, Quinn.
Oh.
Why don't you take your boys out in the country, kind of let them unwind?
Oh, good idea, Captain.
Yeah, take them on a 20-mile hike.
20-mile hike?
Yes, a 20-mile hike, Goofy. You need it. It'll toughen you up, get rid of all those tensions.
Now, wait a minute, Captain. You...
Look at that, the jaw muscles. Tense. Now get on that hike before I change my mind. Make it a 50-mile hike. And take your radio with you, your field radio, because I want you to report in every hour so you don't goof off.
Goof off! Now... Come on, Chuck, let's get out of here.
Cheap crystal.
What do you mean, cheap? That's the best crystal you can rent. Just listen to the tone on this.
Cheap.
Now who's tense? Wallace. To Fiore, 5 kilometers. Holy mackerel, that's almost 3 miles. Come on, boys, take a break.
Oh, thank you for that.
I can hardly move
My aching dog. Oh, even my blisters got blisters. Look what's coming.
Skip, on behalf of all of us walking wounded, request permission to hitchhike.
Come on, how about it, Skip?
Give us a break.
Red bottom will never know.
Well, don't just sit there on your bottoms. Get on your tops and start hitchhiking.
Well, I hope my mother never finds out about this. I thought I wouldn't ride with strangers.
Charlie, wait a minute. Hey, amico, a lift in the town, huh?
Hey, senor. Buongiorno. How about a lift?
Going our way?
Hey, stop it, please.
Buongiorno.
Taxi, anyone?
Food.
You think I'm Italiano? Buongiorno.
Fuji, are you out of your rice-picking mind? Where did you hijack this rig?
Why not hijack, Skipper-san? Just borrow this to rescue pooped bodies. That's a boy,
Hold it. Now listen, you samurai screwball. You take this right back where you found it on the double.
Skip, you can't send them back. Why, if the MPs nab them, they might frown on a Japanese PW driving a hot mule cart.
Yeah, he's right.
All right. Now, you're gonna have to finish up the hike with us. All right, you bunch of pedestrians, floppy and...
Shotgun!
I'll shotgun you. Get in the back.
I called it first. I yelled first. Up, dancer! Up, dancer!
This ain't war, it's science fiction.
Siamo qui,
Volta Fiore. Siamo qui.
Hey, get a load of that.
Wow, look at that joint. Mamma mia.
Some class.
I like it.
Hold it, Pooch, hold it. Whoa! Hey, dig that crazy comfort station.
Ah, it's a genuine Italian villa. Let's give it the once-over, Skip.
No. It's all boarded up. You better stay out of there.
Hey, don't you guys know you're not supposed to go in strange houses? Look what happened to Hansel and Gretel.
Hansel and Gretel?
Yeah, remember they went in and they had the witch there and the cook... Oh, you guys really didn't want to know, huh?
Look, Skip, what do you say? No harm if we go in and just relax a while, huh?
Oh, yeah, Skip, the son's murder.
All right, I don't suppose it'll hurt to take a look. Come on, let's go.
Hey, how about this?
Mamma mia.
Man, what a mad pair. Huh?
Rich or poor, it's nice to have money.
Yeah.
All right, now take it easy now. I don't want anything broken, you meatballs.
Be careful.
Oh, sorry, ma'am. I didn't know you were in there.
Easy, lad, easy.
Yeah, well, Skip, did you see she's,
It's all right. It's okay. We're all big boys here.
We had all our lectures.
Hey, get a load of this chick.
Some class, huh?
She must be the owner of this lean-to.
Tessa Francisca Diorizzi.
No. It's Contessa Francesca Derezzi.
Drezzi, huh?
Yeah, I heard the villagers talking about her. When the war started, she moved to Naples.
A real Contessa. Wow.
Yeah, just think of all the royalty that's been in this place.
Your Majesty!
Charmed, I'm sure.
Likewise, you can
What a delightful little man.
Banzais, paisans! Hey, look what I find!
Hey! Nerve of that mare. Charging me 500 lira for breakage.
Sir, there's a farmer outside waiting to see you.
I don't care about that. Get busy and help me set the table here. When that Parker gets back from his hike, I'm going to take all this out of his hide. That's right.
Sir, this farmer is very upset. It seems that somebody stole his mule cart, sir, and he wondered if you would
My banquet table is a wreck, and you expect me to get worked up over a hijacked jackass? Sometimes I can just... Get out of here, you flea-bitten donkey driver. Oh, Colonel Harrigan.
Well, do you always leave the troubled villagers cooling their heels outside, Captain? I must say, it doesn't speak too well for the military governor.
Somebody waiting to see me outside? Well, I didn't know anybody. Why didn't you tell me there was somebody outside?
Well, I did, sir. I told you there was a farmer outside. Oh, I guess I forgot to tell him.
Well, planning a little bacchanal, Binghamton?
Back in, oh, no. I'm just having a little briefing session here, a little staff meeting, and I'm serving some refreshments, you see.
Binghamton, you've been on a looting binge again. When will you ever learn that this is a war and not a scavenger hunt?
How dare you accuse me of looting?
Well, the captain rented all of this from a caterer, sir.
A caterer in the middle of a war zone? Well, what have we here? Well, pink champagne.
That I found it in the cellar. The Germans left that in the cellar, and I found it. You can't have it.
Pink champagne. Vintage 1939. Oh, I was afraid of that.
Afraid of what? 39 was a very bad year for champagne. That's not pink. That's rusty. And give me that back.
Captain, don't you realize this bubbly's been poisoned?
Poison?
Well, what is the difference? As long as it tastes good, you get a little high. And But I don't care. Poison?
Poison. Don't you realize the Jerry's planted cases of this stuff before they pulled out? Oh, boy, you're lucky I happened along just at this time. Stand back. I've got to get this stuff over to intelligence.
Oh, what a treacherous trick. I had that all over with the... What if I'd serve this to the general? Captain Binghamton here. Oh, General Brunson. We were just talking about you, General. I suppose you called to RSVP my dinner invitation.
I'm afraid I have a previous engagement, Captain. I won't be able to come.
You won't be able to make it? Well, General, it's going to be loads of fun. I've got all this nice china, and I'm going to have wonderful food, and I've hired an orchestra. I've got 3 pieces, all accordions.
Well, I'm sorry, Captain, but I'm going to Colonel Harrigan's dinner party tomorrow night.
Colonel Harrigan is having a dinner the same night as...
Right. I wouldn't miss it for the world. Harrigan always managed to have a bottle of my favorite pink champagne on hand.
Pink champagne? Harrigan!
But you can breathe easy. He took that poison champagne with him.
Poison in my eye. Oh, excuse me, General. Something flew in my eye. I'll have to hang up now. Goodbye. Harrigan! Harrigan, you come back here with my my champagne, you thief! You turncoat. You let that rat Fink get out of here with my champagne. You've gone over to our enemy, the Army.
Sir, believe me, I would...
All right, talk. How much did he pay you to get that champagne? How much?
Lieutenant Commander McHale calling Captain Binghamton. McHale to Captain Binghamton.
You butt out of this, McHale. I'm talking to him. All right, tell me, how much?
McHale to Captain Binghamton, are you there, sir?
McHale, where are you? Quit playing hide and seek. And why aren't you hiding?
Sir, he's on the radio there, sir. On the radio, reporting in his orders, sir. Well, I did.
All right, McHale, make it snappy.
Sir, we're about 6 miles north of Volta Fiore. It's hot and dusty. Oh, we're in awful bad shape.
You've only gone 6 miles. Well, stop dogging it and get moving.
I don't think we can make it, sir. Oh, my God, the men are passing out from the heat. Well, and we've run out of water. Water, cool, fresh water. Oh, Tinker, don't let him stay there, boys. Get his face out of the dirt.
I don't think I have the strength, Skip.
Hey, what are them birds flying around up there?
Hey, they're vultures. Skip, let's get out of here.
Water!
Oh, have a heart, Captain. The men are passing out like flies. Well, please call off this death march.
Negative, McHale. You're just a bunch of pantyweights. You need toughening up. Now keep on hiking. Hot
So long, fellas. Sir, Radioman boss just passed out. Watch it. That bunch is coming in at him. Verge, get a rock. Hit him.
Got him, Skip.
Get up, boy, Verge.
Good, oh, they killed the vulture.
Shut up. Whose side are you on?
But a vulture?
Now, hear this, McHale. I'm not buying your phony soap opera for 1 minute. So just knock it off and get moving. You're going to finish that hike if it takes all night. You understand that? Now, over and out. He didn't buy it.
We gotta finish the hike.
And I thought that was one of our better performances.
I think I dented one of my wings. Now, let's go, you guys.
Now, wait a minute. Hold it. I'll be doggone if I'm gonna let Leadbottom push us around while he's throwing parties. No, sir. We're not gonna go on that hike. We're gonna stay right here.
Hey! Look and Skip, we got Binghamton's okay to stay out all night. What do you say we make use of this joint and throw us a little wingding, huh?
We ain't had a party since we came
Sure,
here.
Skip. No passes, no leaves.
Just straight duty.
Missions every day.
You wanna know something? For once, you guys are right. We're entitled to live it up.
Hey!
Get the girl, Skip!
I'll get the veto!
I'm just saying, I gotta be kissing sweet.
Must be some way I can get even. Some way. Maybe the Luftwaffe will bomb Harrigan's quarters before tomorrow night, then the general will have to come to my party. Come on, you Crouch, get on the ball. It's about time you got here, for heaven's sake. Wait a minute, this isn't pink champagne.
Well, sir, it's the best I could do. There just isn't any pink champagne anywhere.
Well, this is... And vintage 1944 with your dimwit, that's this year.
It is early 44, sir.
Oh, what's the difference? I'm a social failure anyway. I'm just an outcast.
Sir, it's just too bad that you don't know the Contessa Dorezzi. My driver told me that she's just returned from Naples. He saw the lights on in her villa. If you could just get her to come to your party.
Oh, you stop with the idle prattle, for heaven's sakes. I'm standing here on the brink of social oblivion, and you're prattle. Contessa?
Dorezzi.
Well, that's good. That's good, Elroy. I mean, with bait like that, the general could hardly get off the hook, could he?
Oh, sir, if you could pull it off, why, it'd be the social coup of the entire war.
I'll pull it off, boy, huh? With my dash and my charm, how could I not pull it off?
Charm?
The lady couldn't say nay to me.
Never, sir, never.
You look ravishing tonight, my dear.
Just a minute, I think I better shut the door.
Not you boob. Why would I dance with you? What are you staring at? You're not going to find your missing jackass in here.
Oh, sir, that is really something. That's how.
Look at her.
Baka-san, ready for another sherry temple?
No thanks, Booch. Two's my limit.
Ma che fai qui tutto solo, poverino? Vieni a ballare con me.
No,
Vieni.
I don't know, gracias. No,
Vieni,
thanks. No,
vieni,
really,
vieni.
yeah, you do. Yeah, right. Skip, how do you turn her off?
Oh, go on. Don't be a party pooper. Dance with Bianca. Live a little, baby.
Volare.
Well, wait a minute. If we're going to do it, let's do it right. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. You're not counting. See, you gotta... look, why don't we just play Chinese checkers?
Ma che cosa dici? Chinese checkers? Amo te, baciocone. Baciami.
Well, I don't speak Italian. Just... Oh, Lordy.
Presto, presto.
Caro, dove sei? Caro? Caro? Caro, dove sei? Caro, dove sei? Caro, dove sei? Yuhu! Caro? Caro, dove sei?
How dare you come into my bedroom? How dare you come in? Tell me. Sorry, I'm washing my hair. I can't do a thing with it.
No, oh mio caro bambolo, baciami.
No, I don't botch anybody.
Baciami, caro. Mi prego, baciarmi.
Botching. I don't botch anybody.
Somebody's at the door. Must be the rest of the girls.
More girls? You gotta be kidding.
Well, how many girls? I don't know. Maybe some are husbands. Who knows?
There's the contestant.
Holy jumping hand of the captain. We're trapped.
McHale, you open that door. I saw you in there. McHale, open that door. That's the order.
Let's get out of here. Let's sneak out the back way. Let's abandon ship. No. We've already had it. He's seen us. We
Help! Save me! Help! Hey, Skip!
Hold it. Don't worry about her. Worry about him, Captain Binghamton.
Binghamton? Who invited him?
Look, when you get out of the Contessa's rig, if lead bottom ever catches you in that get up,
open that
you'll...
door. That's an order.
Hey, wait a minute. What is it?
We ever needed a flash, Skip? We need one now.
Well, now look. The captain came to see the Contessa, right? What if we come up with one?
Skip, you must be kidding. Where we ever dig up a contessa?
Seek and ye shall find. Your Highness, you'd better go up and get dressed. You don't want to keep your date waiting, do you?
Wait a minute, Skip.
Move! You better be good.
Coming, Captain.
Come on, get ready. Give me a room, you guys. Make it like a big party. Come on. Hurry up, let's go. Come on. Gucci, where you going? Lead bottom's outside.
Hoi, Vic.
Come on.
McHale, if you don't open that door, I'm going to get a tank and break it down.
Why, Captain, what a pleasant surprise and what lovely flowers.
I've really got you nailed this time, McHale. Breaking and entering and drinking and carousing.
No.
Stop the orgy. You're under arrest.
No, Captain. You've got to understand. The Contessa saw us hiking by, and she invited us in for fun and games. And now you wouldn't want us to be rude now, would you?
Well, no, I wouldn't want you to be. Oh, the Contessa wouldn't invite a bunch of thugs like you in a place. You probably got her locked in the cellar.
Oh, sir. No, she's upstairs powdering her nose. Oh, Contessa!
Somebody calling me?
It's her.
Bow.
Oh, this is indeed a great honor. Excuse me. What do you call her?
Well, your Highness.
This is a great honor, Your Highness.
Who is it? It's a peasant.
This peasant is
Not a peasant. I'm Captain. Captain, your obedient servant.
Please, don't. You steam up at the diamond.
Sorry, me and my big nose. I brought you these as a welcome home present, Your Highness.
Take this away. You wanted me to sneeze it to death.
Maybe it'd be better if you went in and laid down.
Yes, I think so. I think I'm allergic to him.
Oh, no, please. No. It must be the roses. Excuse me, Your Majesty. I'll get rid of them. Colonel.
Harrigan.
Thanks, McHale. Colonel.
Touché, Binghamton. Well, now that you've bedecked me with flowers, would you stand aside so I can pay my respects to the Countess?
I'm very sorry, Colonel. You're too late. The Countess has gone to bed. Good night.
Countess. I hope you will forgive my intruding. I am Colonel Harrigan, and I'm in charge of the military government in this area, and Captain Binghamton's superior.
What do you mean you're my superior? Not my... You don't outrank me. I've got eagles, too, you know. I just got them on my other suit.
Nice to meet you, Colonel, but now, excuse me, because I go to bed.
Yes, you go to bed. It's way past your bedtime. We better go to, gentlemen.
Please, McHale's. Countessa, I brought you this rare pink champagne as a gift. I thought we might toast your return.
That is my pink champagne. You swiped that from me. You give that back. Oh! I've got to get one of those sticks and
Captain, don't be gauche. Wally, why don't you just scoot along?
Please, boys, now, no fight. Now, look, excuse me, I go to bed.
Un momento, Countessa. May I speak with you? Look, would you do me the honor of attending a dinner party that I'm giving?
No, Countess, I want you at my dinner party. I'm going to have a lot more fun. I'm having 3 at parties.
Everybody who is anybody is going to be at my dinner party.
Gentlemen, mind your manners now. Remember the Contessa.
Yeah, now, look, boys, no fight.
Please, say you'll be there.
Take your breaks.
Look, boys, please, no fight.
Madam, you lost your 1,000 Apollo. He's a man!
Well, bye.
You fat little slob, you. I kissed his hand.
Oh, me too. How dare you make a fool of me, Ensign?
Oh, well, now, wait a minute. I can settle this argument. Why don't I go to both your parties?
I don't want to sit my party. Well, now, Captain and Colonel, I can explain everything.
It looks like we have more candidates for the court-martial. All right, soldier, get your dough.
10 hot.
Bronson, sir.
Harrigan, didn't expect to find you here.
Well, it's fortunate that I did come. I uncovered quite a plot here, General.
And Captain, Commander McHale, of course. Well, at ease, everybody, at ease. Contessa.
General,
May report.
I'm General Bronson. I rushed right over when I heard of your arrival. Any little thing you want, you just say the word.
Oh, gracias. Many molta.
But that was...
General, you're down on your stand.
Please, gentlemen, I'm trying to talk to the Contessa.
But, sir,
At ease, gentlemen. I hope I didn't interrupt your little party, Your Highness. Forgive me. Well, gentlemen, carry on. Start the music. Let's dance.
You heard the gentleman. Come on, fellas.
We don't want it.
Of course there should be music. This is a party, isn't it?
Yes.
I hope you will do me the honor, Your Highness, of dancing with me.
Yes. Yeah.
I hope I don't step on your toes. I'm a little nervous. This is the first time I've ever danced with a Contessa.
Well, that'll make it 2 of us. I never danced with a general before.
It's a disgrace. Parker ought to be behind bars. It's outrageous. We've got to stop this. Oh, sure. By all means, you stop him. Now, which one of you is going to tell the general that he's dancing with an ensign?
Day of my life. My day has been
Boy, that was closer. Look, you're such an agile old man.
You'll try to run me down. I'm going to string you up by your dog.
No, slow down, Captain. Now, you just weren't looking where you were going.
What do you mean I wasn't looking where... What's with all this luggage? And what are these men doing in their dress whites? What?
We're going on leave, sir.
Leave? I don't remember okaying any leave.
No, but General Bronson does. You see, here's our passes with his signature. We'll be spending 7 carefree days in carefree Naples.
How did you swing a thing like that?
I talked him into it while we were dancing. Couldn't resist my big baby brown eyes.
Baby, get out of here. Out.
Want to kiss my hand goodbye?
Sir, I've been meaning to ask you, just what did Commander McHale and his men do this time?
You read the general's directive, didn't you, about profiteering? Well, you can bet your life if there is any profiteering going on around here, McHale and his thugs are in the middle of it. Now, come on. On your toes.
Yes, sir.
Ow! On your toes, not my toes, you boo-boo.
Hey, it's lead bottom. Hey, battle stations. Don't you get lost. Come on. Thing on.
All right, now, men, as I was saying... what was I saying? This is a captured German Smiger automatic pistol. Well, now, if you'll watch closely...
All right, everybody, this is a raid. You're all under arrest.
Arrest?
That's right, keep them covered.
Yes,
all
sir.
right, where are they? Where?
Where's what, sir?
Well, let's start with the phony Mona Lisas, the bootleg champagne, the counterfeit lira. Am I getting warm?
Not unless you're coming down with a fever, sir. As you can see, this is our training program. We're studying the nomenclature of German weapons.
And ich bin der Instructor. Would you care to join us? Sitten Sie dorten.
Sitten you're Dorton, you goof you. So this is your new racket, is it? You're manufacturing phony war souvenirs.
No, be careful, sir. That's a real gun.
You better let me have it, sir. Safety's off. There. Now, perfectly safe, sir.
You dunce. Don't you think I know a phony gun when I see one? Give me...
Oh, boy. I guess my Zoom is German for off, not on.
Is that what it is? What is the German for kill?
I don't know, but I can give it to you in Italian.
There's no time for that.
Kill!
I tell you, Elroy, I've got to do something about McHale and his hoods. They're out to get me. They think I'm going to get the evidence on them and turn them over to the general.
Well, I understand that, sir, but why are you celebrating?
Who's celebrating, Jimmy? I'm not celebrating. I've sent for our conniving mayor, Signor Legato. I've got a little plan. It takes a thief to catch a thief.
Oh, well, you're right, sir. I never thought of that, but you should know, after all, you're one of the biggest... Well, I mean...
Oh, there's the mayor now. This black market champagne cost me plenty, but if it pops McHale out of my life, then it's worth it. This ought to warm the old fox up. Let him in.
Yes, sir.
Come in, paisano. Have a little drinky. Oh.
Binghamton, what in tarnation's going on here? The devil did you get this champagne?
A little Voltafiore welcome, General.
Well, skip the champagne, Binghamton. I came by to discuss your communique on Commander McHale. I assume you have evidence to back up your accusations?
Well, you see,
Captain Binghamton, I got your message, and I come right away. Who do you want me to frame?
Binghamton, who's this man?
This is our framer, General, our picture framer. See, this picture of President Roosevelt. I have this, General, and I've wanted to get this decently framed for some time now.
You want me to frame you, President?
Senor Legato, this is General Brunson. He's our commanding general. He's going to crack down on all the profiteering in this area.
Ah, si, capisco. You want a nicer frame. Well, I put a nicer frame and I bring it back Monday. Before I go, as the mayor of the town, Mario Lugato, I want to say that we are very proud of Capitano Binghamton, our military governor. We love him very much.
They love me.
That will be 500 lira for the love. I mean, for the picture frame.
500 lira to frame a picture? Oh, yes, 500 lira. Well, that's cheap. At twice the price, that's cheap. He's a wonderful fellow, the mayor.
I hope you catch the profiteers, the terrible people. Arrivederci. Bye-bye.
All right, now, Binghamton, let's get back to McHale. What proof do you have of his profiteering activities? And take this down, Major.
Oh, yes, McHale. Well, I sneaked over to his area this morning, General, at 9 a.m.
0900.
Oh, 0900. And they heard me coming.
They heard him coming?
And they got rid of the evidence.
And they got rid of... Are you trying to tell me you don't have any evidence, any proof?
Well, General, you don't understand this, man. You see, he's very sneaky, and he always...
Binghamton!
General, I've got a whole file on this man from the Pacific. Well, you see this. It'll knock you off your feet. Just get a load of this stuff. I'm telling you. Incorrigible. I have a complete dossier.
Binghamton! Of all the incompetence and lame brain, getting me down here on a wild goose chase and then attacking me. Binghamton, I'm starting a dossier on you.
He was mad, sir.
Well, you remember this, certainly.
Tell me, what the Capitano Goofball want to see you about? Are we going to make it some money?
Generale, no profiteering just arrived. He going to make it a bigger cracker down. So don't hate me for what I'm going to say.
What? What?
For a little while, we got to go straight.
I hate you.
Don't be discouraged, Dino. We can always go back to what we do before the war.
You mean to catch a fish? But our boats, they're all wrecked. Roto.
Well, maybe we can find one boat to fix up to make a float. Come on.
But to catch a fish is a work. As the great Lugata sung solo.
Into every great man's life, a little rain must fall.
It's no use, I tell you. This boat is worse than the others. Pulling one little sardine.
How do you like that? Here's Mario Logato ready to make the one supreme legitimate sacrifice. I can't find one boat. One little boat. One miserable boat. In all of Voltafiore, there should be one boat to... You thinking what I'm thinking?
See, you tell me what you thinking, and I think it.
Chuck, I want you to stay here with the boat.
Scamp, I'm the guy who got us in all this trouble.
Now, look, that's why I want you to stay here. Now, come on, you guys. Gargantua is waiting.
I don't feel too good about this.
You don't look too good.
Come on, will you quit your trouble?
I'll tell you one thing, I'm waiting on sight while you guys come on.
Chris, stay with you. I'm going to be with you, Chris.
Sophia, McHale's gone. Now remember, you do good and I buy you a nice new dress.
New shoes, too.
Okay. Va.
Now, wait a minute, folks. Don't get too close to the boat. No, you're going to have to run along. Just run along. No hard feelings. Ravioli.
Sailor boy.
Who, me?
Oh, I'm in a distress.
Yeah, I know. It's a very nice dress. Some of the guys noticed it.
Oh, no. Distress. I'm in a big trouble. I lose the heel to my shoe. See?
Oh, that's bad. I mean, no. I mean, that's good. I mean, what happened is bad.
Oh, how fortunate we happened to meet. You sailor boys, you have everything.
We have? Well, it just...
You have a toolkit on board. You fix up for Sophia.
Yeah, well, I don't know how... Oh, wait a minute. You can't get on board. You see, we don't allow women, children, or pets on board during time of war. So just, come on. That's an order.
Sir, here they come. Oh, good. Now, get me my attaché case. And remember, we are leaving for the entire afternoon for a staff meeting.
Sir, may I compliment you on your strategy? While the rat's away, the mice will play. Give Commander McHale enough rope and he'll hang himself.
Yes, and a stitch in time saves 9.
Oh, a stitch.
And if you don't want any stitches in your head, give me my case. Here they are. Give it to Pussycat and let the rat sit.
Yes, sir. Who is it? Oh!
Hi, Captain. Look, about this morning, sir, I'd like to explain. You see...
Yeah. What do you and your men want to see me about? What is it? What?
Well, you sent for us, sir.
Why, that's ridiculous. Why would I send for you on an afternoon when I'm leaving for a staff meeting? Elroy?
Sir, you send for these men? Me, sir? On an afternoon when you're leaving town for a staff meeting? Oh, no, sir, not me. Never, sir. No.
Now, whatever it is you want to see me about, it's going to have to wait because I'm leaving for that staff meeting. Hubba, Elroy.
Yes, sir.
Well, bye-bye, Captain.
Boy, we sure got out of that easy. Yeah, thanks to that staff meeting.
What staff meeting, Captain?
Oh, the one this afternoon, Elroy.
There's an awful lot of talk about a staff meeting here. There's something going on here I don't like.
Go on, shoot.
Oh, that's the trouble. My shoe. Without it, I cannot walk. See? Oh, senor, my apologies. I am sorry.
Well, it's understandable, yes. Look, I'm an ensign in the United States Navy, so I just, at ease, where, look, no hugging. See, the hugging lamp is out. Just no hugging, like you say. Look, you're going to have to turn your engines off, because, engines! Hey! We're backing up! Hold it! Wow! Oh, boy! Well, now look what you did.
My face, it looks shocked.
See, your face look shocked.
Ensign Parker, what have you done? I am shocked.
See, look at his shock in the face.
Now, wait a minute. Hold on.
Don't try to run away, you hit and run driver. Get the number of the guilty boat.
I got number 73.
Now, I want to see your driver's license.
Yeah, well, oh, boy, I'm really in trouble. My driver's license is only good in Ohio.
Padron, here comes the McHale.
Hey, what happened here?
Thanks, Skip.
Hey, Chuck! Come on.
What happened?
Well, you see, Skip,
I'm going to tell you what happened. Your Ensign Parker, he just wrecked the only fishing boat in the whole village that could still afloat. I'm going to report it to Capitano Binghamton.
Oh, now, wait a minute, Mayor Lugato. I happen to know that boat. It already was a wreck.
That's only one man's opinion. Unless somebody else got something to say.
I have. I cannot tell a lie. I was illegally on the boat, and I accidentally pushed the button.
What's she doing on the 73?
Hey, Chuck, how'd she get on board?
This is more terrible than wrecking in a beautiful boat, kidnapping a young, innocent girl. Now I'm really shocked.
See, just look at his really shock in the face.
Now, wait a minute. I didn't kidnap her. You see, she asked me to fix her shoe, and then I couldn't get her off the boat.
Aha! Well, if I know you, Lugato, you and your shock the face, you probably put her up to it. Well, she's even probably your niece.
I never met the girl before in my life.
Yeah.
But I'm sure the Capitano Binghamton will be very happy to meet her and ask her how she happened to be illegally on the PT boat.
Senor Lugato.
How she happened to be illegally on the PT boat when Ensign Parker, he wrecked the beautiful flagship of our fishing fleet.
What flagship or what fishing fleet?
That flagship, that fishing fleet.
Oh, come on. All right. So you got us over a barrel. All right, what's the deal?
That's a beautiful boy. You look just like a real Italian fishing boat. Put some more nets over there, boys.
He's right. You can still see the number 73.
Who cares about the number? The more nets, the more fish.
Now, wait a minute, Lugato. You stop pushing us around. Oh, we promised you a load of fish, and you'll get it. But we don't intend to get caught. Come on, boys. Cover up that forward gun a little bit more.
Hey, take it easy. That's no way to talk to your partner.
Partner? Right. Partner, my eye. The only reason we're doing this is to save Mr. Parker's neck.
Well, I'm sorry about it, Skip.
Well, don't worry, Chuck. You've just been outfoxed by a master. Now, come on, see that everything else is on board, huh? Come on, boys, let's go. We got to get back here before Binghamton returns from that staff meeting.
Don't worry, we got a lot of time. Meanwhile, I'm going to teach you and the boys how to throw out the nets. You take the nets first. You pull up like...
Wait a minute.
Then you
hold it. I spent. Look, Senor Lugato, I know how to trawl for sardines. Sardines? Mackay, I want a fine assortment. I want a tuna, swordfish, mackerel, bacalhau. Sure. We'll bring you back a variety pack then, I suppose. That's the best. Come on, you guys. Get moving. Come on, boys. Chuck, the hook. The hook, Chuck.
Down there by some fishermen in a fishing boat, and they're putting canvases over the machine gun turrets. Machine gun turrets on a fishing boat? That's not a fishing boat. And those aren't fishermen. It's McHale and his ancient mariners. Oh, I've got them at last.
Got them at what, sir?
Don't you see? That's their racket. They're in the fish business with the mayor. Here, you better take a look, because I'm going to need you as a witness when I turn them over to General Bronson.
Oh, yes, sir. Oh, you're right, sir. You really have got them this time, sir. Oh, congratulations. Sir, why would he leave without?
I've got him, General. It's that sneak, McHale. I finally got him. I caught him profiteering.
Profiteering? Are you sure this time?
Oh, yes, I'm sure, General. I'm sure. And to make matters worse, you know, we've only got 4 PT boats here, and 3 of them are away on a mission.
Binghamton.
And you know what he's doing with the 4th one? He's using it as a fishing vessel.
Binghamton, will you shut up?
That Benedict Arnold has left our coast unguarded.
Binghamton, you numbskull, you're not using the scramble phone. You just gave classified information to the enemy. They're probably listening to our every word.
Oh, you think they are? Oh, well, I didn't mean it. I didn't know they were going to be. As long as I've got you on the line, what are we going to do about Mick you-know-who? Could you come over here right away?
Well, yes, I intend to.
Good. And when you do, just ask for Apton K, Binghamton Bay.
I will. And when I get there, stand by for an unch pay in the Althmay.
Punch pay in the Althmay? Sure, that's a punch in the mouth.
I know. Carpenter, when the general gets here, you meet him.
Yes, but me, sir, you don't want me.
I'm going to be busy. I'm going to be at McHale's base, catching those profiteers when they get back in here with their black market fish. That ought to make the general happy.
Yeah, but me, sir, if I meet the general, he...
Get out of my way. McHale may be doing the fishing, but I'm going to get the catch of the year.
Heave! Come on, you guys. Gruber, will you lend a hand?
Okay, Skip.
Man, what a load.
Oh, it's the heaviest one yet.
I wonder what we caught.
A large yellowtail.
Okay. Chuck! Oh, no. Chuck, what happened?
Well, I fell overboard and I didn't want to yell for help. I thought it'd scare the fish away.
Oh, I hear it, but I don't believe it. All right. Come on, get this fish stowed away and let's head for home.
What kind of bait did you use, huh?
Benvenuto, partners. Benvenuto. Welcome home, partners. Hey. Take off with the fish and we'll put him on the ice.
All right, come on, boys. All right, stay right where you are. I'm going to put you all on ice.
Captain Binghamton.
Nobody else but. And in case you're interested, the charges are profiteering and using a government vessel for a fishing boat.
But, Captain, I can explain. That's all right. He can explain.
Yes, that's all right. You're right. He can explain. To the general, he can explain. Now, get on the boat, all of you. No tricks.
Where's that 90-day moron Binghamton? Getting to use a scramble phone. I hope for his sake that Jerry's didn't pick it up.
Oh, begging your pardon, General, but I would say the odds were 1,000 to 1 against him. After all, why should they...
Incoming mail, Lieutenant! What's all of the boom, boom, boom? know, but it sounds like it's coming from direction of town.
Oh, knock it off, McHale's. It's another one of your tricks, and I'm not buying it.
Holy jumping Hannah! Here, take a look. Does that look like a trick to you?
Yeah, but they're shelling my town.
What do you mean in your town? It's my town.
Hey, Skip, there's a German sub off the port.
Battle stations!
Skip, we can't go into battle. We got a civilian on board, and that's against regulation.
Hang the regulations. Battle stations,
There,
boys.
McHale, let's get out of here. Reverse the engine.
No, straight ahead. Save my town.
Hold your tongue, I'm in charge.
I know hold of my tongue.
Why don't you two go below and go below?
Make a boom, boom, boom.
Go on, let me know when you come to a decision. Come on, you guys. Stand by, we're going in. And hold your fire.
Hey, Skip, how come they haven't fired on us?
Because they think we're a fishing boat, that's why. Burge, come on, clear off that gun. Gruber, stand by number 1.
Oh, Skip, we can't. Number 1 tube is full of sardines.
Well, stand by number 2 torpedo tube then.
Can't fire number 2, it's full of tuna.
Holy mackerel, and what about 3?
You guessed it, Skip. Mackerel.
Well, doggone it, we're going in. And if we don't hit him with number 4, then we'll let him have it with the sardines. All right, group, stand by. Fire! If we miss, boys, they'll blow us into fish chowder. So if any of you want to say any prayers...
Now I lay me down to sleep.
We still in discussion.
And don't do anything till you hear from me. Now, another thing.
8, 9...
Oh, bless Cousin George and my pet frog David.
No, it's all right, Chuck. We got her. Look.
What's going on here? Who got what? I get distinct orders.
We sank this up, Captain.
Right
Look.
there.
Oh, for...
Here, Chuck, take the wheel.
That's wonderful. You saved my town. I kiss you.
Please, Mayor, not while I'm driving.
All right, so you sunk a sub, so big deal. But you're still a profiteer, and you are still my prisoner. So turn this sardine can around and head for the town dock.
You mean even after we did that, you're going to turn us in?
That's right. You heard me. Turn it around, and that's an order.
Chuck, turn it around. We're going home.
Okay, Skipper.
Dog, man overboard. What, man? It's only Binghamton.
All ahead, full! Chuck, bring it around. What a war.
All right, off. Let's go. You too, Mayor. Let's go. Here we are, General. All right,
Hi,
everybody
General.
off. Here, General. Get the whole gang. Rounded up your profiteers.
What profiteers? Binghamton, congratulations. Your strategy was brilliant.
Strategy, sir?
Yes, not using that scramble phone, disguising one of your PTs as a fishing boat. It bagged us that raider sub that's been terrorizing the coast.
No, General, you don't understand. See, this was McHale's idea to disguise the boat because he's in...
Oh, then it's McHale I should be congratulating.
Oh, yes, sir, yes, sir. Well, I've been trying to explain to him, sir, but he wouldn't listen. And that was exactly our plan.
General, don't pay any attention to them. I caught them. They're profiteers. I've got the evidence all below. It's a fish, General. Take a sniff of the fish. It's in the...
Will you be quiet, Binghamton, and put that gun away? It's very ingenious, McHale. I'd like to take a look at this. We may use your technique elsewhere.
Oh, well, I'd be glad to show you, General.
But, General, I've got all the evidence. The fish.
Oh, yes, the fish. I'll leave all the fish in your hands, Mr. Mayor.
That's so nice. Thank you very much.
Yes, I want the entire catch distributed among your townspeople, free of charge. Compliments of the United States government.
That's so nice. Free of charge.
How long did it take you to rig this up?
Oh, well, now, let me show you, General.
I could just scream.
I'm going to scream it too. Free charge.
Do you mean to tell me that in the entire city of Voltafiore, we cannot find one single, solitary bottle of wine?
It's rough, sir.
Well, it is going to get rougher. I promised General Bronson a whole case of that world-famous Voltafiore Chianti, and I've got to deliver.
Oh, sir.
Sir, I almost forgot to tell you. Mayor Legato's waiting outside to see you. Maybe he can help.
How long has he been out there? And keep talking.
About 5 minutes. About 5 minutes, sir. And you are right, sir, about him. I think that mayor is one of the finest gentlemen, a most understanding character.
Buongiorno, Capitano. It's on my back. I got a slippery disc.
Slippery is right, of all the underhanded, miserable listening at my keyhole.
I absolutely, positively was not listening in your keyhole. And if you ask me here to insult me, you got it.
All right, come on in. I do have a bit of a problem.
That's right. A case of wine for General Brumpson.
I thought you weren't listening at the... All right, what about the wine? Tell me.
The wine of Voltafiore. The vines they grow from Voltafiore soil, and the grapes they grow from Voltafiore vines. And it is aged in a wood made from Voltafiore trees. Our gift to the world. We don't got any.
Well, what is all that with the vine and the dirt and the whiff? You don't... This is sunny Italy, isn't it? Where is the vino?
When the Germans they come in, they take all of the wine. And when they evacuate it, they hid every bottle.
They always did fight dirty, didn't they? Well, I appreciate your cooperation.
Oh, that's all right. Glad to be of service. Your wish is my command.
Well, don't get sloppy about it.
Well, I'm just so grateful. That'd be 300 lira.
That's 300 lira for what?
Well, for the information I give you about the Germans hiding in the wine.
You get out of my office, you Italian.
200 lira. You owe me something.
Yeah, if you don't get out of here, I'm going to give it to you.
100 lira, and that's my bottom price. Please, my back. You're going to hear from my doctor.
Oh, sir, this is terrible. What are you going to tell General Bronson?
I'm going to tell him nothing. That's what I'm going to tell him. I'm going to get that wine. If the wine isn't here in town, then it's got to be someplace else. And you know where someplace else is? McHale's. And I'm going to get that wine out of McHale if I have to squeeze it out of his hide.
He attacked me. Oh, my back. My slippery disc. He attacked me. Assassin.
In it goes.
Hey, come on, Groob, you're kidding, not nail polish.
So what? We scratch out the Chianti labels? Burgundy.
A red one.
What a green.
Yeah.
All right, what are you schlockmeisters up to now?
Nothing, Skip. Let's get out of here, make a small walk, fella.
Hold it. Now, come here. Come on, will you move? Grape juice? Rubbing alcohol? Fingernail pop. Are you trying for wine?
No, vino. Well, you could have saved us an awful lot of time, Skip. I didn't know you knew the recipe.
Are you guys losing your marbles? And who's supposed to be standing watch? I could have been lead bottom sneaking up on you.
Virgil.
Sorry, Skip. I'll get right with it.
Well, get with it now. We paid a bundle for that crowd periscope. Let's use it.
Sir, why are we stopping?
You know, it's a funny thing. Every time I sneak up on McHale's base, I get the strangest feeling I'm being watched.
Hey, Skip, trouble. It's Binghamton.
What is it?
There's an enemy approaching, Skip. Range 400 yards.
Come on, let me take a look. Oh, for crying out loud. It's old lead bottom. Come on, boys, let's scramble. Let's go.
There go the first week's profits.
Oh, Mamma Mia! Chuck, hurry up. Binghamton's on his way in. Come on, make her the lecture, quick.
But they just had a lecture. One they made up on, hanky thing.
Come on. Here, do it on the map identification. Let's go.
Now, this is the coast of Voltafiore. Now, when you,
Attention! Hi, Captain. Just having a little lecture on map reading, sir.
Carry on.
Right. Now, the silhouette of this coast should be familiar to every sailor, especially where the shore curves in under these cliffs.
All right, Parker, cut the tricks. Cut.
What are you talking about, Cut? I was just getting to the most dangerous part, the offshore reefs. Now,
Hey! As you can see, Captain, we really were having a map reading, sir.
I don't care if you are having an illegal tiddlywink contest. I have come over here to see you, McHale, on a very important matter. I want some wine.
Wine, sir? Now, where would we get any wine, sir?
Oh, don't go orphan Annie on me, McHale. I know that you found the Voltafiore wine that the Germans hid.
So that's what happened to it.
We don't have a drop, sir. Really?
Hold it! All right, McHale, I want you to hear this, and I want you to hear it good. Yeah. That wine is war contraband, and if you've got it and are not turning it over to me, then I am going to write the court-martial papers in blood, and it's going to be your blood. Is that clear?
Oh, yes, sir, clear. Very
clear to me. I mean, why don't you just sign it with a pen and ink? I mean, you know how messy blood is. Boy, that's
Will you shut up? Will you shut up? Shut up! Shut up! McHale, where aren't these disabled seamen of yours out on patrol?
Well, we're just going, sir. Yes, sir. Come on, boys. You're in the camp.
Oh, there we go. Here, I'll get the maps. Don't worry. You better take this. Bad luck to have a girl on board. You owe me for a pointer.
Oh, Betty, if you only knew what I have to go through.
That's a good thing we're heading back in, Skip. Low on fuel.
Yeah. Are you sure you and your little old winemakers haven't been draining those tanks?
Oh, honest, Skip. Besides, we tried it once. Ruined the bouquet.
Okay, you guys, we're heading in. Let's look sharp.
Holy Toledo. It's a German E-boat, boys. Battle stations.
Okay, you heard it, Skip. Let's go. My turn.
All right, boys, they're firing at us. Let them have it. Come on, open up. Come on, Birch. Chuck, will you get out of there? Come on, Birch, open up.
Okay, you heard it, Skip. Open up.
Those Jerrys are running. They're taking off.
Okay, all full ahead. Let's go get them, Christy.
Oh, no. Negative. We can't chase them. Our tanks are nearly empty, remember?
That's too bad, Skip.
I wonder what those Jerrys were doing in so close.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Well, they could have been dropping off somebody, maybe even laying a few mines. I tell you what, let's ease in there real slow-like, Christy. Easy, Christy, easy.
All right, Skip.
I don't see any mines here, Skip.
Well, this is just about where those Jerrys were. Hey, hold her steady, Christy. I think I see something. Help!
Chuck! Hey, come on, you guys. Haul them out of there.
Help!
Get them up out of there, will you?
Hey, get me out of here, you guys.
Keep them up.
Help! I can't swim. Help! I'm drowning. Hey, help me, you guys. Help, I got water in my nose.
Watch out for his leg, will you? Watch out for his leg.
He does it, fellas.
Easy.
Are you okay, Mr. Parker?
Yeah. Oh, boy.
You sure?
Yeah.
Well, what do you got there, Chuck?
I don't know. I found it when I was in the water.
Well, here, let's take a look here. Give me a hand, boys. That's it. Hold it up. Easy.
Look at that. What we found.
Hey, what do you think it is? Wait a minute. Hold it. Wait a minute.
Finders keepers.
Wait just a minute. We'll take a look. Who knows what's in there? Now, stand back.
Try this, Skip.
No, I don't think I need a tank. Hey, Vino!
The missing county of Voltafiore.
Hey, how about that? Well, well, well. Now, how about that is right? That's where the Germans stashed it. That's pretty clever.
Yeah, they must be all down there.
Sure, look, I see some more markers.
Yeah, you're right.
Mr. Parker, this is the find of the year.
Yeah, that's why those Jerrys were sneaking around in here. They came over to pick up that wine.
Even with my devious mind, I would have never thought of an underwater wine cellar.
What a break.
This is our finest hour.
Let's go, Lester.
I got it. Anyone for Chianti?
Hey, I'll buy that.
Hold it just a minute.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, it isn't a light wine.
Washing group.
Got it, Dicker. Okay, Skip, that's the last of it.
Yeah, when do we turn it over to Binghamton?
We don't.
But Skip, he said he'd court-martial us.
Look, we turn this over to Binghamton, that's the end of it. Well, it'd be his private stock for the rest of the war.
You mean you're going to give it to Mayor Legato?
Oh, you must be kidding. He'd sell it and keep the money. No, we're going to hold on to it.
I never thought I'd live to see the day. Congratulations, Skip. You're thinking like an enlisted man.
I'll hold on to it until I figure out some way to give it back to the townspeople of Volta Fiore. After all, it belongs to them.
Back to Officers Candidate School.
What gift, Skip?
Why did we lug this vino all the way over here for nothing?
Why don't we just let the villagers pick it up themselves?
Now, look. The Germans don't know that we have this vino, right? So, what if we booby-trapped all these bottles and put them back in the water where we found them?
Yeah, and then we let the Germans come back, pick it up, and when they take it back to their base...
Boom! You got it.
This batch of vino will really get them high.
Now, look. Mr. Parker and I are going to go over to Army Ordnance, pick up some high explosives and fuses. In the meantime, you guys start emptying all these bottles.
Back to thinking like an enlisted man. Pooch, get the wine glasses and start making those hors d'oeuvres.
Hold it. Now, you lame brains, listen to me. I want all those bottles emptied in those barrels back there. And you're not to touch a single drop. Capiche?
I understand.
Come on, get going.
Once an officer, always an officer. Okay, start emptying the bottles.
You mean all this wine here and we can't have any?
Now, who ever said anything like that?
Skipper said it in plain English. Even I understood.
Now, I remember his very words. He distinctly said, do not touch a single drop. So, when you start emptying the bottles, remember, don't touch.
All right, boys. This is the last of Dr. McHale's supercharged Chianti. The wine with the guaranteed kick. Now, I want you boys to take it down the beach. And for heaven's sake, be careful, will you?
And don't jiggle those corks, you guys. One little touching.
Yeah, we know. Kaboom.
Easy, easy.
Well, Skip, I'm kind of nervous with all the dynamite in those bottles. Permission to leave the room.
Sure, Chuck. Oh, but first, I want you to do a little job here for me. Now, this is a list of the leading townspeople for our wine committee. I want you to ride in the town and, round them up, huh?
Right, Skip. Forgot to give me a list.
I tell you, Dino, we can make a fortune. Capitano Binghamton, he pay any price for taste of wine. And if McHale, he... Whoop! Guardi. A Volta Fiore bottle. They have found our wine.
Be careful when you lay them down. Gently, gently. Don't worry.
We know, Groob, we know.
I've heard of Mickey's, but oh, brother.
Per Bacco. Just like I suspected. They found the wine in the hills, and now they hide in the ocean. What are we going to do? We're going to go straight to Commandante Binghamton and demand our rightful property or the money.
Let's take the money. It's more light to carry as the vino.
The money I carry, the vino you carry.
49 Via La Conda. Boy, it's a pretty warm trip. Maybe I better take a canteen of water. Let's see, Antonio Lucci. Forget him, will you? Where all those guys got this out of?
That's good water. That's fixed.
I just have one more for the road.
Oh boy, there must be a German sniffer. A sniper.
Must have got him.
Well,
town's that way. So here we go.
I'm sorry, you're not getting... Don't you...
What is it?
Sir, I'm sorry, but I tried to keep them out, and he insisted on coming in to see you.
I will accept 100,000 lira and not a penny less.
100? What are you raving about now?
Your McHale, he found all the wine of Voltofiore, and right now, this minute, he's hiding it in the ocean.
What is this? Another one of your phony con games?
Uh-huh. Phony kind of games, Dino. Write that in your little book under insult. I'm making a record of every insult you make to me, and when the war is over, you're going to pay for everyone.
You two-bit phony chiseler, you. Wait a minute. You expect me to believe that McHale has found the wine and he is hiding it in the water?
In the water. I see with my own eyes. I demand the wine or the money.
Dino, open the little black book to insults again.
But, Senor, you didn't say anything.
I will. You walking mozzarella, you.
Oh, sir.
What blazes is that?
Found our wine, no vino. He's drunk. This is my living proof.
Well, your living proof is going to wish you was dead because I... They're making a mistake. This man is not drunk.
Pardon me. Is your name Antonio Milsney?
You say he's not drunk?
No, he's suffering from combat fatigue.
Since when did they put the combat fatigue in a canteen? This is Chianti fatigue.
I can hardly believe it. Do you know what that is? That's insect repellent.
Insect repellent. 1937 must have been a good year for mosquitoes and tsetse flies.
Maybe I'm pronouncing it wrong. Maybe it's Milsney. M-A-N... Losney. Are you sure this is 249 Villicon? It doesn't say anything about being on a hill.
The poor man is delirious. We've got to get this wounded war hero to a hospital, Carpenter. Bye-bye, Mayor.
This is an outrage. The War Crime Commission are going to hear about this. General McClock are going to hear about this. Dino, write in your book under big lies.
Sir, I know you didn't want me to correct you, but Ensign Parker hasn't been in combat since...
Elroy.
Sir.
Shut up. I know the man is drunk. Well, why should I share the wine with that grabbing mayor? This way I'm going to have enough wine to keep the general for the rest of the war.
Good. Somebody please tell me where I can find this...
Chucky, at what beach does McHale keep the wine?
Is you, Bingy?
Yes.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
Oh, they're at Caprizio Beach, yeah. Hey, look, while we're all here, why don't we sing Wait Till the Sun Shines, Nellie?
No, I don't know that.
I know it, sir.
He didn't ask you.
Well, if he knows him, let him stay. Have you seen Antonio Maluzzi? Tell him I'm looking for him. Boy, this is
good water.
All right, this is Capizio Beach, Elroy. Go over the side, see if you can find the wine.
Over the side. Sir, I'll get wet.
I know. Get over the side.
But, sir, I don't...
In order.
Aye, aye, sir.
Don't splash like that. Be quiet. I've seen hippopotamuses that are more graceful.
Ooh, sir, I think I landed on a case of wine.
Well, don't just stand there, you klutz. Grab it, grab it.
Oh, yes, sir. Sir, I got it. I got it.
Oh, this is wonderful, Elroy. We found it. We found it.
Yes, we did. I guess that makes us partners. That's nice.
Do you know what I can give you for appropriating Italian contraband and not turning it over to the authorities?
What contraband are you talking about, sir?
Oh, you play it right down to the last card, don't you? How do you think this thing got drunk?
Well, frankly, that's what I was trying to find out when you ordered us in here.
Just a minute. Me drunk? Of all the unmitigated golf.
Oh, you poor slob. Your quest is ended, Quentin, because I've got the evidence, and I got it right here. Huh? Thought that would shake you up.
Where'd you get those, sir?
Well, I saw your cutthroats hide it in the water. You gotta get up 2 days ago to fool me tomorrow.
Now, but please, watch those bottles, sir. All those bottles are booby-trapped.
You be quiet, McHale.
No, please, sir, don't fool around with the cork. Look, there's a dynamite charge on each and every cork. Look, we left them for the Germans to find. Please, Captain, believe me.
Don't believe him, Capitano.
He's slipping. He usually can come up with a better one than that.
No, don't, Captain!
Hey, Perbacco.
Antonio Malusi. Boy, I've been looking all over for you. You're number 3 on the list.
Chuck, snap out of it, will you?
Hey, Skip, I'm telling you, rounding up this committee's been murdered.
Anyone hurt? Everybody all right?
I don't know.
McHale, why did you let me touch that bottle?
Sir, oh, my goodness, what happened, sir?
Thank goodness I got you before you delivered that wine to General Brunson.
I just did, sir, I just did.
What?
What did you do?
I just put a case of wine in the back of General Bronson's staff car. It's right outside, sir, and I am sure he'd like to thank you.
Stop it!
What was stop?
Too late! Heavens, I've blown up the General.
Come on, quick!
Doesn't anybody want to sing Wait Till the Sun Shines, Nellie?
Everybody went down to the floor, and then boom! Well, that's just about the end of the story, Chuck, except, boy, when Binghamton started to pull that cork, I figured we were goners.
But the story sure has a happy ending. General Bronson blasted Leadbottom for blowing up his Jeep.
The only thing I can't figure out is how you got so loaded, Chuck.
Boy, I don't know, Skip. I swear, though, I didn't have one drop of wine.
Well, I believe you.
Whatever it was, sure gave me a hangover. Boy, I'm still dry. Hey, where's that canteen I had? Oh, if you guys don't mind. Boy, that's the strongest water I ever had. You want to try some?
Yeah, I think I will. Chianti. So that's it. Why, you no good bunch of conniving wine heisters.
In the grand, gleaming corridors of Starfleet Training Command Aegis Base, Sector Delta, a familiar sound echoed every quadrant cycle. It wasn't the rhythmic thrum of the graviton, nor the chirping commands of the central AI, but the distinct, somewhat high vocalizations of Chief Petty Officer Horatio, an individual whose patience was as thin and brittle as an old date. The moment he appeared in the bustling PQ hall, wearing his impeccably pressed cerulean uniform, the general buzz of chatter seemed to deflate slightly, replaced by a ripple of subdued sighs. Howie, portrayed with an exquisite vein-popping intensity by Fitzwilliam Fitzwilliam, was known for his stringent adherence to protocol, and an even more stringent intolerance for what he affectionately termed galaxy-brained idiocy. All right, you spacegate. Howie's voice boomed, cutting through the anticipatory silence like a plasma scalpel. Quadrant cycle pay disbursements, form ranks, no delete. Time is a resource, and you lot squander it like it's free antimatter. One by one, the cadets and junior officers shuffled forward, presenting their identification chronobands to the automated pay station, then to Howie for a final, piercing look that implied he personally signed off on every credit chip. The ritual was ancient, unchanging, and for Howie, an exquisite form of bureaucratic torture. Petty Officer, 3rd Class Smedley, Spencer, 677 galactic credits. Howie snapped, thrusting a slim credit chip into the eager hand of Spencer Spenny, a lanky young man whose uniform always seemed to hang just a little too loosely on his frame. Spenny, played by a diligent young actor named Oliver Quasar, offered a sharp salute, his eyes already envisioning the pleasures that 600 credits could buy in the nearby recreation districts of Nova Nexus. "Thank you, sir," Spenny chirped, practically vibrating with excitement. Then came the next name, a name that made a low thrumming noise resonate deep within Howie's very core, a thrum of dread, exasperation, and a foreboding sense of impending something. Petty Officer 1st Class Butterfield, Bartholomew. Howie barked, the name hanging in the recycled air like a stubborn particulate. 730 galactic credits. Bartholomew Barty Butterfield, a picture of earnestness in his pristine, if slightly wrinkled, uniform, shuffled forward. Barty, portrayed by the inimitable Barnaby Nighthawk, possessed a perpetual wide-eyed innocence that could disarm a hostile alien warbot, more frequently exasperate the most seasoned Starfleet officer. His smile was as wide and guileless as a freshly opened cosmic oyster. Pili mean Butterfield. Howie corrected himself mid-grunt, a familiar tremor of annoyance already beginning to brew. "What is it now?" Barty took the credit chip, turning it over in his hand, a look of profound contemplation on his face. "Sir," he began, his voice a soft, meandering drawl, perfectly suited for the gentle eddies of Apple Blossom Creek, his idyllic homeworld. "Sir, I hope you don't mind my saying so, but I just can't do it. I just can't get over it." Howie pinched the bridge of his nose, a universal gesture of mounting despair. This was how it always started. A preamble, a philosophical meandering, and then the inevitable, the infuriatingly wholesome, punchline. "Can't get over what, Butterfield? Spit it out. I haven't got all quadrant cycle." Barty shook his head, a beatific smile spreading across his features. "Why, sir, I come here quadrant cycle after quadrant cycle, and you give me all this money for something I just love doing serving in the Starfleet. Golly, it's just wonderful." His eyes shone with genuine delight, a stark contrast to Howie's deepening scowl. Howie forced a tight smile, the muscles in his jaw clenching. He had to concede that Barty's enthusiasm, however unmerited in his opinion, was genuine. "That's fine, but if glad to hear you're enjoying your enlistment. Now, if you'll excuse me, there are 100 more space cadets who require my undivided. And I also wanted to say about the food you've been serving us in Mess Hall Alpha." Barty continued, oblivious to Howie's strained patience. "It's just been wonderful. Take last night. For instance, we had those space tuna croquettes. My oh my, I went back for seconds. And there was so much left over. I reckon I could have had thirds if I'd have wanted to." Howie gritted his teeth, his mental clock already 5 minutes behind schedule. "That's fine, but now, if you'll—" "And those new quantum foam mattress covers we got in last cycle," Barty pressed on, his voice a warm, soothing stream that slowly— "Why, if I was staying at the finest intergalactic hotel in the whole stellar I couldn't ask for any better comfort. My spine hasn't felt this aligned since that time I fell out of the hydro tree back home." "Good, Butterfield," Howie practically bellowed, slapping the counter with a flat palm. The sound startled a junior cadet who dropped his datapad with a clatter. "Next, move along. We have a galactic defense to oversee." Barty, finally sensing his commander's acute busyness, nodded amiably. "Well, I can see you're awful busy, sir, so I'll just see you next quadrant cycle then. Take care." He turned and ambled off, whistling a jaunty tune, leaving Howie trembling slightly, the air around him crackling with suppressed frustration. That's a long time between paydays, isn't it, Humble? Muttered Petty Officer First Class Harold Hop Hamilton, played by the roguish Lance Quibble. Hop, a master of self-preservation and leisure, watched Barty depart with a mixture of amusement and pity. He had been lurking near the fringes of the pay-hall, meticulously polishing his cum badge and subtly observing the unfolding melodrama. And that's the truth of it, he added with a theatrical sigh. Spenny, who had paused nearby, his credit chip already burning a hole in his pocket, piped up. Well, here's my plan. First, I pick up my Liberty Pass. Then I borrow Fleetfoot Freddy's. I know this orbital drive-in is just crawling with wild-looking at terrestrial fauna. He winked conspiratorially, his grin flashing. Hop raised an eyebrow. Really? What makes you so sure any of them will even talk to you, Spenny? Spenny puffed out his chest. They have to. They're great. I'll just keep ordering deep-fried Pluto puffs until I get off duty. He snapped his fingers. Works every time. Instant companionship. Just gotta keep eating. Suddenly, a bright, booming voice interrupted their bravado. Well, there you are, fellas. I wondered where you all went. It was Barty, having seemingly materialized out of thin air, his ever-present smile shining. Boy, I tell ya, the Chief Hexton is one busy man, but always makes time for a friendly chat. You just gotta know how to listen and appreciate all he does. Hop and Spenny exchanged a look of practiced forbearance. Spenny cleared his throat. Listen, go my mean Barty, he corrected himself, catching himself before falling into the old camp habit. I'm going into Nova Nexus to meet some civilians. You want to come along? We could use a third for cosmic billiards. Barty's smile, if possible, widened further. Oh, thanks a lot, Spenny, but my plans are already made. First of all, I'm going to write a letter home to Granny Butterfield and tell her all about the space tuna and then I'm going over to the Galaxial Exchange. His voice dropped to a conspiratorial whisper. They're having a sale on some newfangled shower clogs, and I thought I'd pick me up a couple of pair. Spenny stared, dumbfounded. Hop shook his head. Barty, you're not going to spend your whole payday buying shower clogs, are you? Barty looked genuinely surprised by the question. But I have to. My other pair's warped from that high-gravity drill on Zillow's 9. And you know what they say? Good galactic hygiene starts from the feet on up. Can't go conquering the stars with fungus on your toes. He tapped his foot, a firm believer in the sanctity of foot care. Hap and Spenny just sighed in unison, a long, drawn-out exhalation of defeat. That's the way you want it, Barty, Hap finally said. We'll see you later. See you, fellas. Have a good time. Barty waved cheerfully as they trudged away, still utterly bewildered by his priorities. Minutes later, Barty found himself browsing the bewildering array of personal effects in the outer concourse of the Galaxial Exchange. His credit chip safely tucked into his uniform pocket, the promise of new shower clogs filled him with an almost childlike glee. He was just admiring a particularly sturdy pair when a smooth, resonant voice drifted over to him. Hey there, civilian uniformed friend. Barty turned to see a man with impeccably slick-back dark hair, a suit that shimmered faintly under the artificial light, and a smile that seemed professionally designed for maximum charm. This was Foxy Finley, played by the supremely persuasive Silas Sly Scammer. Foxy had a way of appearing exactly when a Starfleet pay cycle had just concluded. He was a predator of credit chips, a connoisseur of naivety, and Barty Butterfield, to Foxy Finley, looked like the juiciest protein ration in the entire quadrant. Oh, you want to see me? Barty asked, pointing a tentative finger at himself. Yes, you, over here. I got something I just have to show you, my friend, Foxy beckoning Barty closer with an almost hypnotic wave of his hand. Barty, ever curious, shuffled towards Foxy, who now held up an object that gleamed under the GX lights. It was a chronowatch, far more elaborate than Barty's standard dish. It seemed to wink and glitter with an inner light, adorned with what looked like precious metallic Oh, that's a mighty nice timepiece there, Mr. Barty exclaimed, his eyes widening. He wasn't usually drawn to flashy things, but this watch possessed an undeniable allure. Foxy Finley's smile grew wider, showcasing a row of perfectly even, unnervingly white teeth. It's not just a watch, son. This here is an 18-carat, 21-jewel orbital chronometer. with a simulated solar flare expansion bracelet, and it can be yours. He made the last word resonate as if it were a cosmic revelation. Barty's jaw dropped slightly. And you're selling it? Oh, I could never afford an expensive timepiece like that. My allowance from Granny Butterfield is just barely enough for my warp drive polishing kit. Why not, friend? Foxy leaned in conspiratorially. You've just been paid, haven't you? Top of the Stellar They tell me, a big stack of credits burning a hole in that pocket. Why, yes, Barty affirmed, beaming. Highest in the world. You know that. They just dispersed. Ah, I knew it. You know, being an ex-serviceman like I am, you just kind of feel it in the air. Foxy lied smoothly, patting Barty's shoulder with an air of practiced camaraderie. How about it, son? Wouldn't you like to have this watch for your very own? A bit of luxury. A piece of timeless elegance. A conversation starter for the star cadet who is everything. Barty's gaze lingered on the glittering object. Well, I'd like it very much, sir, but a watch like that wouldn't come within my budget. You see, I've got my monthly allotments, and I've got to buy my shower clogs, and I've got to get a present for my aunt's birthday. No, it's impossible. I could never afford an expensive watch like that. He sighed wistfully. Foxy chuckled, a low, comforting sound. Wait a minute, friend. How much do you think it costs? Barty thought hard, mentally picturing the highest price tag he'd ever seen at the Apple Blossom Creek General Store. Well, it's got to be at least 12 credits and 95 cents. A brief, almost imperceptible flicker crossed Foxy Finley's face, a suppressed snort of mirth. He quickly recovered. Only 12 credits and 95 cents. Golly. He echoed Barty's own exclamation, as if surprised himself. That's right, son. 12 credits and 95 cents. And that includes sales tax, galactic shipping, and a lifetime warranty, including all parts and labor. Barty's eyes were practically saucers. Thank you very much, Mr. But I just couldn't. Fox's face twisted into an expression of genuine shock, a masterclass in feigned offense. You can't. Why? 12 credits and 95 cents for a watch like that, son. You'd be cheating yourself. Everybody knows that a genuine orbital chronometer with a solar flare bracelet costs 10 times that much, maybe even more. He shook his head mournfully. No, I just couldn't do that to you. Barty, whose concept of a fair deal revolved around honest exchanges of farm produce for essential dry goods, looked utterly no, I just couldn't do that to you, mister, taking advantage of a generous fellow like that. Foxy clasped Barty's shoulders, his expression radiating sincerity. What's your name, son? Mine's Freddie, Foxy Finley. The serviceman's pal. And let me tell you something, but in all my years in business, catering to men in the armed forces, I've never felt such a rapport with a customer. Imagine, worrying about my profit. Take the watch, son, please. Barty wrung his hands. Oh, I just couldn't, Mr. Foxy Finley. As much as I'd like to have it, I just wouldn't enjoy it, knowing how I'd taken advantage of you. Foxy put on his most sorrowful face, as if he were a cosmic benefactor suffering for the good of all mankind. Well, look, son, would you feel any better if I told you I was making a little something? A tiny, negligible margin, just enough to keep my fleet of orbital merchandise vehicles fueled. Can you? Barty asked, wide up, practically giving it to me like you are. Well, once in a while, Foxy confided, dropping his voice again. One of my suppliers gets a hold of a piece of merchandise, and he has to unload it in a hurry. You know what I mean? Gotta move the stock fast. Oh, sure, Barty nodded eagerly. His Apple Blossom Creek analogies already worry. You mean he's overstocked? Overstocked. Hoo-ha, Foxy confirmed, barely suppressing a smirk. Back home at the hydro gas station, sometimes we'd get overstocked on inner tubes for the land skimmers, Barty elaborated, his mind racing. And then we'd have to run a sale to get him out the door before the next solar storm. Yeah, whatever you want to call it, son, Foxy smoothly interjected, steering Barty back on track. This is the opportunity of a lifetime, and it just breaks my heart to see you passing up. Pure, unadulterated philanthropy, really. Well, if you really feel that way about it, Barty hesitated, his resistance crumbling under the sheer weight of Foxy Finley's benevolence. How else can I feel? But if Foxy pressed, practically pushing the watch into Barty's hand. "Take it, please. For me?" Good Barty decided, feeling an almost sacred duty to accept this act of generosity. He dug into his pocket. "Well, here's the money. 5, 10, 11, 12, 13 credits." He handed Foxy the 13 credits. "You can just keep the change." Foxy Finley took the crisp credit notes, his heart practically singing with the success of the con. "Well, thanks, son. This has truly made my quadrancycle. The sheer joy of aiding a deserving Starfleet hero." Barty, however, paused at the Galaxial Exchange exit, a small, nagging thought bothering him. "Mr. Foxy Finley, sir, about that lifetime guarantee." "A lifetime guarantee? Yeah, what about it?" Foxy, already turning to spot his next mark, barely registered the question. "Well, for what you charged me for the watch," Barty mused aloud, ever practical. 10 or 15 cycles would be more than fair. You've been so generous and all." Foxy forced a grin. "Happy afternoon to you, Butterfield. We're in good health." He practically shooed Barty away, eager to rid himself of the honest fool. The fury of the chief. The very next stellar cycle, Chief Petty Officer Howie Hexton found himself drowning in a sea of triplicate forms. His office on Aegis base resembling a hurricane aftermath of paper. His desk was buried under mountains of stellar transit permits, quartermaster requisitions, and the dreaded disciplinary reports, all needing his signature before the next orbital rotation. "What is it, Butterfield?" Howie grumbled, looking up from his paper tomb, as Barty's unmistakable shadow fell across his desk. He was a beacon of bright cheer in Howie's dim world of bureaucracy. "I'm trying to catch up with this paperwork. What do you want?" "Oh, I thought I'd just stop by and kill some time, Sergeant," Barty chirped, totally misinterpreting Howie's gruff tone as an invitation for casual camaraderie. "Well, kill it somewhere else," Howie snarled, jamming a stylus into a data. "I got to clear all this up before I can get out of here for my Advanced Propulsion Diagnostics seminar, so beat it." "Well, maybe I could pitch in and help," Barty offered, ever eager to please. "I got plenty of time now that I've finished writing my letter to Granny Butt." Howie slammed his palm on the desk. "You got your Liberty Pass? Go into Nova Nexus. See ya. Just get out of here before I designate you as emergency propulsion fuel." "Right, Sergeant," Barty acknowledged, ever obedient. "But before I go, would you happen to have the right time?" Howie squinted at Barty's wrist, noticing a new, shimmering object. His brain, already fried from processing requisitions, took a moment to register. "What? Why don't you clear out of here already?" "I'm sorry, Sergeant," Barty said, holding up his wrist, beaming. "I just wanted to show off my new gold watch." "Ha!" Howie stared. Barty extended his wrist, proudly displaying the ostentatious timepiece. "My new gold watch." "That's right," Barty enthused. "You hadn't seen it. Let me see that." Howie snatched Barty's wrist, yanking it closer. His eyes narrowed, examining the timepiece with the suspicion of a bomb disposal expert. "You don't have to worry about dropping it either, Sergeant, because it's guaranteed shockproof." Barty lectured, totally misreading the menacing intensity in Howie's gaze. "And it's also waterproof, dustproof, and resistant to minor graviton fluctuations." "Gold, huh?" Howie muttered, turning the watch over in his palm, testing its weight. It certainly felt solid. "You mean this is really gold?" "Positively," Barty affirmed with conviction. 80 in carats, with 21 jewels to boot, and it's waterproof, dustproof, and shockproof. He counted off the features on his fingers. Howie's eyes began to glaze over with a familiar horror. "What did you do, Butterfield? Blow your entire quadrant cycle pay on this trinket?" "Guess what it costs, Sergeant, just guess." Barty bounced on the balls of his feet, his enthusiasm infectious, even in the face of Howie's palpable fury. Howie considered the gaudy watch, a cynical laugh escaping him. "Well, a gold watch like this should cost at least 100 galactic credits, probably more." Barty shook his head dramatically. "You're just a little bit off, Sergeant. You paid more," Howie asked, incredulous. "No, then what did you pay for it?" Howie's voice was rising. $1,295, Barty announced, beaming proudly. $1,295, including sales tax and a lifetime guarantee. He leaned in close. Do you think I got a good deal, Sergeant? For a watch, that's shockproof. The silence in Howie's office was deafening. The ticking of Barty's new watch seemed to echo, mocking him. Howie's face slowly began to turn a shade of deep arterial red, usually reserved for malfunctioning graviton engines. Good deal, Howie exploded, the volume making the papers on his desk flutter. Butterfield, how can anybody sell you a gold watch for 12 credits and 95 cents? Those were my feelings exactly, Sergeant, Barty confirmed, nodding earnestly. So I asked Freddie. That's Foxy Finley. He's the fellow that sold it to me, and he explained it to me that his supplier was overstocked, and he had to unload the merchandise fast, like Granny Butterfield's overstocked inner tubes. Overstocked. Howie's voice was dangerously low, a menacing rumble. Butterfield, when it comes to brains, you're understocked. In fact, you've got the lowest inventory of common sense on the entire base. Your cranium is a barren asteroid field, son. Huh, Barty blinked, genuinely confused. Look, Butterfield, use your head for a minute, if you can locate it. Howie jabbed a finger in Barty's chest, making the innocent ensign a gold watch selling for 12 credits and 95 cents has either got to be a phony or else it's hot. Hot. Barty's brow furrowed. You don't mean that it is stolen? His voice dropped to a shocked whisper, as if uttering a galactic obscenity. Yeah, Butterfield. Swiped. Stolen. It happens every day on the outer concourse. Howie paced his cramped office like a caged predator. A guy goes into the refresher core, takes off his watch, and the next thing you know, it's gone, vanished, requisitioned without proper authorization. But, Sergeant Barty stammered, his face falling, Freddie said he bought it from his supplier. You mean his fence? Howie corrected, spitting the word out like a rotten ration. Now, let's face it, Butterfield, right now in Nova Nexus. There's probably some poor guy walking around without his watch, heartbroken, his chronoband feeling naked. And you've got it. You bought a stolen watch, you galactic grease monkey. What? Barty gasped, aghast, his guileless face crumpled. I never... You did too, but... Howie roared, slamming his fist on the desk, rattling his paper mountain. You got conned, hoodwinked, fleeced, like a freshly shorn Jovian sheepdog. Barty snatched the watch off his wrist, a look of profound betrayal clouding his face. Well, I don't want it. That's terrible. Stolen goods. Why didn't I just go to the Galaxial Exchange and get my shower clogs like I planned? He wrung his hands again, genuine anguish etched on his features. What am I going to do, Sergeant? I don't care, but I'm going to do something. Howie stared at Barty's distressed face, despite his exasperation. A flicker of paternal protectiveness stirred in him. He was his ensign, after all, and no slick con artist was going to prey on his people without repercussion. I've had it, but, Howie declared, a grim determination setting in. It's not just you, but every payday. There's some petty crook waiting around in ambush for one of our guys, fleecing them out of their hard-earned credits, and I'm getting sick of it. It's an insult to But, what are we going to do, Sergeant? Barty asked, his voice quivering. First thing I'm going to do is get your money back, Howie vowed, his eyes gleaming with a dangerous light. And then I'm going to make sure this Freddie character is so familiar with the Briggs neural inhibitor settings that he won't ever show his face near this base again. Now, where is he? Barty sniffled, pointing a trembling finger towards the general direction of the concourse. Well, the last time I saw him, Sergeant, he was out by the back fence, near the loading docks, always looking for a deal, he said. Oh, I feel awful about this, Sergeant Barty lamented, his voice thick with misery. Just awful, like I cheated somebody. All right, Butterfield, you go back to the barracks and wait. I'll handle this crook. Just try not to get into any more interstellar incidents on your way. Understood? Well, Sergeant, Barty called out as Howie stormed towards the door. His jaw set in a determined line. Would you tell that Freddie something for me? Howie paused, already anticipating another layer of Barty's profound innocence. Tell him, Barty continued, his voice wavering, after what he's done, not to expect any word of my business from me. He's lost a loyal customer, and I had 13 credits for him. Howie didn't answer. He just threw up his hands in a gesture of utter futility and vanished out the door, his footsteps echoing with righteous indignation. He'd gone from bureaucratic drone to avenging angel, all thanks to one Barty. He found Foxy Finley attempting to hawk a set of questionable replicator cleaning crystals to a group of eager cadets near the loading docks. Foxy, despite his slick demeanor, possessed a certain a nervous energy that bespoke a man perpetually on the lookout for trouble. He saw Howie approaching, his face a thundercloud, and tried to shrink back into the shadows. "Thought you could get away with it, didn't you?" Howie snarled, grabbing Foxy by the lapel of his shimmering suit, yanking him off balance. "Coming around here, fleecing my guys like they were fresh-hatched space chicks. Well, you've had it, Buster. You have had it." Foxy, momentarily flustered, tried to regain his composure. "What do you want, Sergeant? Just tell me what you want, and I'm sure we can reach a mutually beneficial resolution." His voice, though slightly strained, retained its practiced charm. "I'll tell you what I want," Howie fumed, shoving Barty's gold watch into Foxy's face. "I want the money back for this fraud." "The money? Well, why didn't you say so, Sergeant?" Foxy adopted an expression of hurt surprise, as if Howie had completely misunderstood his altruistic intentions. "I'd be glad to give you a refund. We stand by our products here at Finley's Fantastic Finds. Sergeant, no questions asked. Customer satisfaction guaranteed." "Oh, don't give me that stuff, you phony," Howie retorted, disbelief warring with a sliver of genuine surprise. This was easier than he thought it would be. "You mean you're actually going to give me the money?" "Of course. Here." Foxy reached into his own pocket and produced a wad of credits, peeling off a couple of notes and handing them to Howie. "And you tell your buddy I'm sorry he wasn't happy with his purchase. Sometimes a genuine galactic bargain isn't for everyone. You know, too rich for their blood, if you catch my drift." Howie stared at the credits in his hand, then back at Foxy. "You mean you're giving me a refund?" "Well, of course, I'm giving you a refund," Foxy exclaimed, adopting a superior tone. "And I'll give you an explanation also, because you're entitled to it. You, Sergeant. Unlike your naive cadet, strike me as a man who appreciates the intricacies of galactic commerce." "Yeah." Howie's suspicions flared again. This felt too easy. "Yeah, you want to know about this watch, Sergeant?" Foxy gestured to the timepiece Howie still held. "Well, right now, a similar model is in the display window of Orion Ornaments, that high-class jeweler in Nova Nexus, selling for 97 credits and 50 cents, and that's on sale." Howie scoffed. "Oh, come on. What do you take me for? Some kind of rube from a hydroponic farm? I was raised in the city, Mr. With people and freeways and high-gravity traffic. I know a phony when I see one." "All right, Sergeant. You were born in the city," Foxy conceded with a dismissive wave. "But you still got a lot to learn about merchandising in the modern galactic economy. It's a brave new universe out there, full of hidden margins and savvy suppliers." "Okay, then you tell me," Howie challenged, crossing his arms. "How do you sell a 100-credit gold watch for 12 credits and 95 cents? There's a catch." "Simple," Foxy declared with a flourish. "Low overhead. It's all about low overhead." "Low overhead," Howie repeated, bewildered. "Well, sure," Foxy expounded, gesturing expansively with both hands. "You go downtown to any of these high-class jewelry stores like Orion Ornaments, and what do you see? Fancy fixtures, thick plush carpets imported from Xylon, High Priest sales bots in tailor-made circuits. Do you see any of that around here?" He gestured to the grubby loading dock area, a few broken cargo containers, and stray space gulls scavenging discarded rations. "Do you see it?" "No," but Howie began, still skeptical. "Well, I still don't see how a gold watch can sell for 12 credits and 95 cents. Howie pressed, his brow furrowed in concentration. "There's got to be a catch." "Of course there's a catch," Foxy announced, leaning in conspiratorially. "And it's the markup." "The markup? Sergeant, have you any idea of the markup on luxury items in a high street store?" "No," Howie admitted, surprised by the sudden, bewildering detour into retail economics. "Well, not many of us know," Foxy lamented, shaking his head. But there's a 60 and 70% profit attached to these luxury items when you buy them by the not to mention the exclusive supplier agreements, the promotional campaigns, the deep space logistics. It all adds up. Howie asked, still trying to process the flood of information. Of course, I'm a high-volume dealer, Sergeant. I make a tiny profit on each unit, but I go for the big turnover. Volume, velocity, value. That's the 3 V's of galactic commerce. Foxy practically vibrated with evangelical zeal. Even taking this time to talk to you has cost me money. Precious credit chips flowing out like space, dust through a sieve, but it's worth it. I mean, how many times do I get to talk shop with a man who truly understands the intricacies of the business, a connoisseur of cosmic capitalism, such as yourself? Howie felt a strange tingling in his ears. He, Horatio Hexton, a connoisseur of cosmic capitalism. The compliment, however unlikely, pricked his ego just enough. Well, I was always pretty good in arithmetic, he admitted, almost shyly. Good, good, Foxy beamed, pulling out a small, portable datapad with flickering holographic graphs. Well, let me really explain it to you, Sergeant. Now, when the manufacturer gets an item, see, any product, particularly your watch, the raw materials are cheap. The labor on Rigel 7 is even cheaper. Then it goes through a middleman, then a wholesaler, then a distributor, then the high street store. Each one adds their markup. I cut out the middleman, the wholesaler, the distributor. I go straight to the Rigelian factory, Sergeant, right to the source. He jabbed a finger into the air for emphasis. A direct pipeline to cosmic savings. Howie looked from the datapad to Foxy Finley's intensely sincere face. It made a perverse kind of sense. The city slicker in him, the part that knew how the world worked, found himself nodding along. This Foxy Finley, he wasn't a con artist. He was a maverick, a rogue trader, a disruptor of the market, and Howie Horatio Hexton had almost prematurely judged him. It was almost embarrassing. I see, Howie muttered, feeling a flush creep up his neck. Foxy, seeing his hook firmly embedded, pressed on. So you see, Sergeant, it's not about stolen goods. It's about savvy economics, a little foresight, and giving the hard-working men and women of Starfleet a break they truly deserve. He patted Howie's shoulder again, leaving a sticky feeling of success. So, no need to be glum. You've got your money back. Your buddy learned a valuable lesson in consumer vigilance, and you, Sergeant, have gained an invaluable insight into galactic supply chains. Everyone's a winner. Howie, his mind churning, reluctantly had to admit the logic, however self-serving it sounded. It made more sense than a gold watch being stolen and sold for 12 credits. This low-overhead explanation resonated with his inherent frugality, his dislike for waste and inefficiency. Right, Howie said, stuffing the credits back into his pocket. Well, all right, thanks. He felt a strange mixture of relief and foolishness. He had been about too strong-arm and honest, if unorthodox, businessman. How un-Starfleet of him. Any time, Sergeant, any time. Foxy beamed, already looking around for another customer. He had a reputation to uphold, credit chips to acquire, and a narrative to spread. The man was a master craftsman of fiscal sleight of hand. As Howie returned to his office, his mind wrestled with the implications of this new understanding. The con artist was actually a visionary entrepreneur. This galaxy never ceased to baffle him. Back in the barracks, Barty was still agonizing, his expression a mixture of profound guilt and regret. Hop and Spenny watched him, shaking their heads in resigned amusement. Oh, how in the world could I offer such a scheme? Duke, Barty lamented to Hop, using an old nickname. Imagine me being so foolish. It's not as if I was 2 years old. I'm a grown man, a Marine, a high school graduate from Apple Blossom Creek. Oh, I just want to scrub the shame from my uniform. Hop patted Barty's shoulder. Don't ever stop aggravating yourself. Barty, it was just one of those things. You got taken. Chalk it up to experience. Everyone makes a bad trade sometimes, even in space. Well, one thing's for sure, Barty insisted, thumping his fist on the bunk. Chief Hexton's not going to let him get away with it. No, sir. I'll bet you he puts that fellow out of business and gets my money back. He's fierce when he sets his mind to something. Hop sighed, his street smarts outweighing Barty's naive optimism. I wouldn't count on it, Barty, right now. That Foxy Finley character and your 13 credits are probably halfway across the border, buying himself a vacation home on a binary star system. Barty's eyes welled up with a fresh wave of disappointment. Well, I sure hope he enjoys that money and has himself a good time, because he's got his conscience to live with, and that's a heavy burden. Just then, the barracks door burst open, and Howie Hexton stormed in, looking flustered but triumphant. "Chief Hexton, did you find him? Did you find that Foxy Finley? Did you catch up with him? Did you?" Barty practically bounced off his bunk, hope rekindled in his innocent eyes. "Yeah, Butterfield, I found him," Howie grunted, trying to maintain an air of stern authority, but a faint, almost imperceptible smirk tugged at the corner of his mouth. "I knew it. See there, when Chief Hexton starts to do something, he does it," Barty crowed, turning triumphantly to Hop. "Did you get my money back for me, Chief?" "I did better than that, Butterfield," Howie declared, reaching into his pocket and pulling out the gold watch, which he now regarded with an almost reverent respect. "I got your watch back." Barty stared, open-mouthed, at the returned timepiece. "My watch?" "Yeah," Howie confirmed, handing it to him. "And see that you take good care of that. But if a quality timepiece like that can last you a lifetime." He slapped Barty on the shoulder, a strange new appreciation for the gadget in his own hand. "Sergeant, what about it being stolen?" Barty asked, recalling Howie's earlier accusations. "You'll know, hot like he said." Howie scoffed. "Oh, there's nothing to worry about there. Butterfield, we had a little talk, a little educational exchange about modern merchandising. Very informative." "You did?" Barty blinked, surprised. "Yeah," Howie affirmed, a glint in his eye. He reached into his other pocket and, with a flourish, pulled out a small, intricately packaged box. He opened it, revealing a stunning, iridescent fur stole, shimmering with an ethereal glow that suggested it might have come from the hide of some rare, interstellar creature. "And I made a little investment with Foxy Finley myself." He held it up for all to admire. "Just feast your eyes on that, huh?" Hop, Spenny, and even Barty gasped collectively. "Hey, the fur piece!" Barty exclaimed. "How in the world could you afford a thing like that, Sergeant?" Howie beamed, a genuine smile finally breaking through his usual stern facade. "Simple, Butterfield, low overhead. This ain't just any fur piece. This is a genuine ranch-grown Krylix fox from the shimmering steppes of the finest in the quadrant." "Man, it sure looks great, Sergeant," Spenny whistled admiringly. Yeah, Howie agreed, his chest swelling with pride. "I just can't wait till Bunny sees this. It'll make up for that incident with the questionable bath salts last cycle. You know, the ones that turned her skin faintly blue. Good grief, that was an embarrassment." "It sure will," Barty agreed wholeheartedly. "Must have cost you a fortune, Sergeant." "Guess," Howie challenged, already savoring the reveal. "What do you think it costs?" Spenny shrugged. "Well, my sister's got one like that. Cost her about 200 credits. From one of those fancy boutique replicators in Nova Nexus." Howie leaned in conspiratorially, his eyes gleaming. $49.95. Boys, and that includes a free cleaning voucher. Another collective gasp filled the barracks. $49.95 for that. Hop exclaimed, his usual cynicism temporarily overcome by sheer amazement. "Well, how in the world could they sell you a snazzy-looking fur like that for so little?" Howie tapped his nose, adapting a sage expression that Barty himself often wore. "Well, obviously, but you don't understand the ins and outs of modern-day merchandising, the global economy, the deep space market. It's a science." 49 credits and 95 cents, Sergeant, Barty insisted. "Sounds impossible. It just doesn't feel right. That's less than what a raw, unreplicated pelt would cost." "Look, Butterfield, I'll explain it to you." Again, Howie began, launching into his newly acquired retail wisdom. "When you buy a fur like this downtown, you pay for a lot of extras. The prestige of the boutique, the air-conditioned display cases, the personal attendant, the bespoke replicator signature. But when you deal with a guy like Foxy, you forget all that. You cut out the middleman. It's like dealing directly with the Krylix fox, but without all the snapping and snarling." He patted the fur with satisfaction. "I tell you, boys, It's revolutionary. Low overhead, high volume. I sure would like to see Miss Bunny Bellwether's face when you give her that package, Barty declared, beaming with vicarious excitement. Howie grinned. When you gonna give it to her, Sergeant Williams? He asked Spenny, accidentally using the wrong name in his excitement. Well, I thought I'd take her to the Astro Lounge tonight, Howie corrected himself, ignoring Spenny's mild correction, and give it to her there. Nothing like a classy atmosphere for a classy present. I just can't wait to see her face light up. Well, tonight at the Astro Lounge, that's where you'll see it happen, Hop noted, already imagining the romantic spectacle. Gosh, Sergeant Barty ventured, his voice full of hope, if you don't mind. I'd like to be there just to see you give it to her. That's all. I won't interfere or nothing. Howie hesitated for a moment, then shrugged. Barty's presence was, in many ways, an extension of his own daily exasperation, a constant, low-level hum. Be my guest, Butterfield. Just try to keep a low profile. This is a classy joint. He winked conspiratorially. The Fuzzy Fiasco and the 5 o'clock Folly. The Astro Lounge was a swanky establishment nestled in the glittering upper levels of Nova Nexus, known for its elegant ambience, modulated grav floors that gently swayed to ambient music, and clientele that prided themselves on their refined tastes and bottomless credit accounts. Howie Hexton, scrubbed and polished to a mirror sheen, sat opposite Beatrice Bunny Bell, a vivacious woman with eyes as sparkling as supernova remnants and a laugh that could rival a photon torpedo. Bunny, played by the effervescent Clara Stardust, was accustomed to Howie's rough-and-tumble exterior, but she appreciated his sporadic attempts at romance, even if they often veered into the comically disastrous. Miss Bellwether, Howie began, adjusting his collar, a small box hidden discreetly under the table. His heart hammered in his chest, a rare phenomenon for a man who regularly faced hostile alien threats without a flicker of fear. Please, no. Bunny giggled, a playful glint in her eyes. Oh, come on, Vince. Tell me what's in the package. I can't stand this suspense. Vince? She'd picked up a playful habit of calling him by his full name, Vincent Horatio Hexton, a moniker usually reserved for... I already told you, Bunny, I wanted to be a surprise, Howie insisted, trying to maintain an air of cool mystery. The evening is still young. The plasma margaritas have barely settled. Surprises, Bunny teased. If I guess it, will you tell me if I'm right? Okay, Howie conceded, already regretting it. But you'll never guess it in the next few years. My surprises are legendary. Like that time I presented you with a hand-carved model of my Star Cruiser for your birthday. A shower clog? Bunny guessed, her eyes wide with mock earnestness, a jab at Howie's often utilitarian gifts. No, Howie growled playfully. An ironing gourd cover. No. Not another box of bath salts, she added with a pointed look that referenced the unfortunate blueskin incident. I told you wouldn't get it, Howie declared triumphantly. So just be patient. The Neptune Nebula pizza will be here in a minute. We'll drink a toast, and then we'll open it. Is that okay? Bunny sighed dramatically, but her smile never wavered. Okay, but I should have known better. With you, everything has to be done by the numbers, Horatio, down to the last photon. Just then, a voice, unmistakably Barty Butterfield's, boomed from across the crowded Astro Lounge. Hey, Chief, Miss Bunny Howie slapped his forehead, uttering a silent prayer to whatever cosmic deities were listening. Barty. He had completely forgotten the ensign's peculiar request. Barty, now dressed in his crispest dressed uniform, complete with freshly polished lumbered towards their table, a beacon of wide-eyed enthusiasm. Oh, hi, Barty, Bunny chirped, ever gracious. I wanted to get here sooner, but I missed the orbital bus, Barty explained breathlessly. Did you give her the fur yet? Bunny's eyes instantly locked onto Howie's, a look of shocked surprise dawning on her face. You cooked the fur, Vince. Oh, you stupid lug. Why did you tell him? She playfully chided Howie, though her tone suggested genuine excitement. We just ruined the surprise. Barty, oblivious to their theatrical interaction, looked confused. She's lying to me, isn't she? You hadn't told her yet. Howie gritted his teeth. Yes, Butterfield. She's a world-class liar, a champion of duplicity, an expert in fabrication. He yanked the box out from under the table and practically shoved it into Bunny's hands. "Here, Bunny, just open it." Bunny, delighted, tore open the package. Her eyes widened and a gasp escaped her lips. "Oh, it's gorgeous. It's real. A real fur. Oh, Vince, it's beautiful." She pulled out the iridescent stole, holding it up for all to see. The Crylex fox shimmered and glowed, captivating the attention of nearby diners. "I told ya it was a silver-frosted ranch-grown Crylex fox, right, Sergeant?" Barty added helpfully, beaming. Howie grumbled. Yeah, but you had to blab everything, you big monolith." Bunny, however, was too overjoyed to care. "Oh, Vince, this is the nicest surprise I've ever had. Truly, truly wonderful." She embraced Howie, who, despite his mortification, reveled in her affection. Barty, feeling a surge of pride, turned to the happy couple. "Sergeant, I knew you'd just love it, Miss Bunny. Boy, did he get a terrific bite." He clapped Howie on the back with enough force to send a tremor through the modulated grab. Howie recovered with a forced smile. "Well, let's dance, Bunny. I want everybody to see the new fur." He pulled her onto the dance floor, eager to escape Barty's well-meaning commentary. "Enjoy yourselves, Butterfield. I'll mind the beer." Barty settled back at the table, watching the happy couple sway to the ambient synth. He hummed contentedly, sipping Howie's abandoned synthale, a feeling of deep satisfaction washing over him. He liked happy endings, especially when he felt he'd played a small part in orchestrating them. Bunny was twirling with Howie, the Crylex fox fur catching the light, an exquisite ripple of iridescent beauty. Suddenly, a soft, almost imperceptible puff of silvery white particulate drifted from the fur. Then another, and another. What began as a delicate shedding quickly escalated into a veritable blizzard of shimmering dust and fine hairs. Bunny continued to twirl, a magnificent halo of shedding fur forming around her, her elegant gown rapidly becoming speckled with crystalline detritus. People on the dance floor began to notice, murmuring, pointing. "Fox, my fox," Bunny shrieked, no longer a delighted dance partner but a horrified victim. She slapped at the fur, sending more particles flying, a cloud of glittering, almost radioactive-looking fluff enveloping them. "It's a fake." "Oh, Vince, you charlatan." Howie, his face a mask of dawning horror, frantically tried to brush the rapidly thinning fur, which now resembled a molting cushion. "Bunny, I don't know what happened. I could..." But it was too late. Bunny Bellawether, resplendent in a half-bald, shimmering fox, stood utterly mortified in the center of the dance floor, tears of anger welling in her eyes. "It's a fake," she screamed, her voice echoing through the stunned Astra Lounge. She tore the pathetic remnants of the stole off her shoulders and hurled it at Howie, who barely managed to deflect the attack. The fur landed with a dispiriting plop on the gravel, looking for all the world like a discarded, glitter-encrusted mop head. Bunny stormed off, a trail of Crylex fuzz marking her furious departure. Howie stood alone, a tableau of public humiliation, the ambient synth music now seeming to mock him. Barty, from his perch at the table, watched the entire catastrophic scene unfold, his jaw slack. Back in the barracks, Howie was fuming, his face redder than a dying red giant star. Hop and Spenny tried to stifle their laughter, but their shoulders shook with poorly suppressed mirth. "Oh, Miss Carter," Barty said, trying to console his enraged chief. "I wish I'd have been there to see it. It sounds awful dramatic, though." He still held the strange idea that such events were mere spectacle. The fur was really flying, wasn't it, Barty? Spenny snickered, earning him a death glare from Howie. "Oh, go. What's so funny about a shedding fox fur?" Barty asked, genuinely confused. "Not funny. A Crylex fox, fur molting in the middle of the dance floor, during a romantic evening, is not funny. Come on, Butterfield, where's your sense of humor?" Hop chuckled, wiping a tear of laughter from his eye. "It's cosmic." "It's a mess, Duke," Barty insisted, shaking his head. "Miss Bunny will probably never speak to him again. That's just gonna break his heart, after he spent all that hard-earned credit on it." "If I know how," Spenny interjected, still stifling a laugh. "What's breaking his heart right now is that 49 credits and 95 cents he blew on that fluffy flop." If I could find that foxy Finley, Barty declared, a new determination setting in his eyes, I'd get Chief Hexton's money back for him. Kiss it goodbye, Butterfield, Hap advised. The best thing for you to do right now is forget about it. It's just like my Granny Butterfield used to say, when you try to get something for nothing, that's just what you end up with, something that's worth nothing, literally nothing. In this case, he kicked at a stray piece of Krillix fluff on the deck. Friendly Finley strikes. The next day, the barracks felt like a haunted starship. Howie was radiating a silent, murderous aura, having spent the entire quadrant cycle filling out a report on unsanctioned merchandise incidents in Spenny and Hop kept a wide berth. Barty, meanwhile, remained his usual cheerful self, seemingly oblivious to the lingering tension. "Hello, man," Barty boomed, strolling into the barracks, his usual infectious smile firmly in place. "What's going on with you all? Why the long faces?" Hap and Spenny exchanged a weary glance. Spenny gestured to Barty's wrist. "Well, what do you think about that?" He pointed a finger at Barty's newly acquired wrist. Barty held up his arm, beaming. On his wrist, a brand new, even more gaudy chrono watch glittered. It was gold, yes, but this one also sported blinking neon lights and a miniature holographic display, projected rotating images of binary star systems. "Well, this new watch of mine, Shazam, where'd you get it?" Hop groaned. "Shazam, Barty." "Well, I happened to be passing the orbital arcade in Nova Nexus," Barty explained, oblivious to the rising despair around him. "And a fellow out front there sold it to me. Do you have any idea what I paid?" He wiggled his eyebrows suggestively. $1,295. Spenny and Hop shouted in unison, their voices flat with resigned inevitability. "Amazing. How did you know?" Barty exclaimed, genuinely astonished. "I got one just like it. Lucky Louie strikes again." Hap slapped his forehead. "Is that his name?" "Barty, Lucky Louie. This fellow—" "No," Barty corrected cheerfully. "This fellow's name is Slippery Sidney. Lucky Louie, is that his friend? Maybe his supplier?" Hop looked towards the heavens, or rather, the ceiling of the barracks, seeking divine intervention. "Louis, that's probably just his downtown name." "Barty, did he happen to mention where I might find him?" he asked, trying to keep a neutral tone, but the frustration was evident. Barty nodded enthusiastically. "Well, I imagine he's still at the orbital arcade, always looking for new players. Maybe if I hurry, I can still catch him and get Chief Hexton's money back for that fur. I'm sure Slippery Sidney will understand about the low overhead he made to leave." "Wait a minute, what's going on here?" But Howie Hexton's voice thundered from his office doorway. He had heard snippets of the conversation and was already braced for another headache. He stormed into the room, glaring at the new watch on Barty's wrist. "Is that a disc?" Barty brightened even more. "Congratulations. Chief Petty Officer First Class Butterfield has just been initiated to membership in the Patsy Club. You and me are the only members so far, so that makes us exclusive." Howie stared at Barty, then at Hap and Spenny, then back at Barty's ridiculously glittering wrist. The world, he decided, was indeed playing a cruel cosmic joke on him. "So there you are," Barty boomed, striding into a smoke-filled cosmic billiards hall on the lower levels of Nova Nexus. He'd tracked Slippery Sidney to this den of galactic hustlers and lowlifes, a place Howie wouldn't have been caught dead in. "I'm sorry to ruin your shot, Mr. Sidney, but there's something I've got to talk to you about." Slippery Sidney, a wiry man with shifty eyes and a perpetually stubbled chin, paused mid-shot, his cue hovering over a glowing multi-hued orb. Sidney, played by the sleazy yet charismatic Rex Snare, barely suppressed a groan. He had heard Barty coming a mile away, a force of well-meaning chaos. "Well, why all the fuss I'm just about to clear the rack here." He forced a smile. "Ah, this is my old Starfleet buddy, Petty Officer First Class Butterfield. Hi, Homer," he added, deliberately using the wrong name, hoping to throw Barty off. "Hi, of course, Gomer," Barty responded, totally unfazed, taking the cue ball into his hand and examining it as if it were a rare meteor fragment. "Yeah, nice to see you again. Son, how about a little game of rotation? I'm just learning the game myself." "I couldn't think about playing a game right now," Barty insisted, oblivious to Sidney's thinly veiled attempts at distraction. "You just don't know all the trouble you've caused, Mr. Sidney." "Trouble? Son, what kind of trouble? We're all friends here, making an honest living, rolling a few spheres." Sidney feigned concern. "Well, you know that fur that you sold Chief Heck," Barty began, launching into his heartfelt complaint. "Well, all the fur blew out of it. And it's harder than that. Their cue ball now turned into a hair bomb. It was just awful, I tell ya." Slippery Sidney feigned a look of profound shock. "What? You're kidding?" "No." He covered his mouth in theatrical horror. "Oh, that darn furrier. How could he do this to me? You deal with somebody for 20 cycles, and he slips you a second-rate shipment, a complete downgrade." "No," Barty insisted, oblivious to the dramatic. "And you should see what happened to Chief Hexton and Miss Bunny. They may never talk to each other again, all on account of that fur." Sidney wrung his hands, playing the role of the aggrieved businessman to perfection. "Oh, that darn furrier. How could he do this to me? Do you think I want to cut my own throat? I spent 20 cycles building a clientele of discerning Starfleet patrons, an empire of stellar style. All this for this." He gestured vaguely at the cosmic billiards table. "What can I do? What can I do to help?" He leaned in. "Tell me." "Well, you could start off by giving Chief Hexton his money back," Barty suggested, ever practical. "His money back, yeah. That way there wouldn't be any trouble, because he was fixing to go to the space police." Sidney scoffed. "Oh, come on now. There's no need for that. Ensign, let's keep this among gentlemen of cosmic commerce. Let's see now. It was 49 credits and 95 cents, wasn't it?" He reached into his pocket again, pulling out a handful of credits. "Here you go, pal. 10, 20, 30. Take this 50-credit note and keep the change. A little something for your trouble, my friend. Consider it a good faith payment." Barty's face lit up. "Well, thank you very much, Mr. Slippery Sidney, and thank you for Chief Heck. You truly have a good heart under all that cosmic billiard chalk." "Well, that's okay, son," Sidney said, clapping Barty on the back. "You tell the chief to use the money, and maybe take his gal to some fancy celestial restaurant to square things with her, show her a good time, let her know he's not a complete planetary dud." "Well, I will, and thank you very much," Barty replied, pocketing the money. "It's a pleasure doing business with you, Mr. Sidney." "Okay, and you tell Chief Hexton that I'm sorry about this whole thing," Sidney continued, already orchestrating his escape route. "And I'm going to go straight to that furrier myself and tell him a couple of things he won't soon forget. Humiliating. It's utterly humiliating to my stellar reputation." He clutched his chest dramatically. "Excuse me, I'm needed elsewhere." Just as Sidney made to slip away, a gruff voice called out from another part of the hall. "Hey, Mr. Sidney, this transstellar radio you sold me, it doesn't seem to be working, only picking up static from the Omega Quadrant." Sidney paled slightly. So long, pal." He dashed for the exit, disappearing into the smoky gloom like a ghost. Barty, however, was beaming. He had done it. He had reclaimed Chief Hexton's dignity and his 49 credits and 95 cents. He couldn't wait to tell him. Howie, having tracked Barty's unpredictable path across Nova Nexus, was waiting impatiently when Barty returned to the barracks. Spenny and Hap were also there, curious to see the outcome. "Hold on, Butterfield. What did you do, kid? Did you actually open your mouth again?" Howie demanded, bracing himself for the worst. He must have. Nothing good ever comes from it. "You can't believe it, can you?" Barty chirped, holding up the crisp 50-credit note. "You mean he actually gave you the dough without a fight, Sergeant?" Howie asked, utterly bewildered. "That's right, Sergeant, and he was just as nice as he could be about it," Barty recounted, a hero's glow on his face. "I guess this teaches us a lesson. Before condemning a person, you ought to give him the benefit of the doubt. Not everyone is as bad as they seem, Chief." Howie stared at the money, then at Barty. He shook his head. "Well, maybe so, but after what happened with that fur, I thought he was a scammer for sure. My own reasoning told me he was a lowlife, but I guess I miscalculated the variable of low overhead." Barty nodded sagely. "It just goes to show you can't judge a crook by his cover, Sergeant." Howie froze. "A crook by his cover. That's a good one." He repeated the phrase, savoring it. I'll have to remember that one and tell it to Lieutenant Commander Tycho Thorne. He loves a good maxim. He rubbed his chin, a new plan already forming in his head. You know something? Butterfield, I think I'll take that Freddy's advice and use this dough to buy Bunny a fancy dinner, something to win her back. Hey, that's a good idea, Sergeant, Barty enthused, his mind already conjuring up culinary delights. You could take her to that pancake place on the highway, the Cronail Crepe Emporium. She'd just love that. They got 27 different kinds of syrup, maple, blue raspberry, asteroid dust, you name it. Howie winced. Syrup, pancakes, what's the matter with you? Butterfield, this calls for something classy, like that fancy French-inspired Celestial restaurant. The Celestial Bistro, a little candlelight, some synthesized nebula wine. It'll cost a bundle, but I'll shoot the works. Win back my gal. Oh, what a wonderful reunion. Barty sighed happily, a genuine romantic at heart. I'd give anything to be there. I just love happy endings. Chief. Howie looked at Barty, then at the credit chip in his hand, then back at Barty. He made a decision. Well, look, Butterfield, since you're kind of responsible for getting my dough back, why don't you come around tomorrow night at the restaurant? Not as an official attendee, of course, but as a silent observer. Oh, no, Sergeant. Barty immediately protested, his sense of propriety overriding his desire to witness romance. This night is just for you and Miss Bunny. It would be an intrusion for me too. I'd enjoy having dinner with you, but I... Who said anything about dinner? Howie interjected, rolling his eyes. Come around later, for coffee. Just hover in the background, like a benevolent spectre of goodwill. You can see the fireworks that way. Well, fine. Yeah, fine. Barty finally agreed, thrilled at the prospect of witnessing reconciliation. Thank you, Sergeant. Thank you very much. The grand galactic gesture. The Celestial Bistro was everything Howie Hexton had envisioned. Soft, pulsing, ambient light, shimmering holographic menus, the subtle hum of gravity generators, and tables strategically placed for maximum privacy. Bunny Bellwether, resplendent in a gown the color of a twilight nebula, sat opposite Howie, a fragile deer tonked between them. You had to think I didn't even want to talk to me when I called, didn't you, Vince? Bunny's voice was soft, a hint of vulnerability beneath her usual bravado. I must have been in that booth for an hour, stewing. Well, you can't exactly blame me, Bunny, Howie responded, trying to sound genuinely contrite. After what happened with that incident at the Astro Lounge, that fur was supposed to be a symbol of my unending affection. Oh, honey, let's not bring that up, Bunny sighed, but her tone had softened considerably. She was leaning across the table, a slight smile playing on her lips. It was working. The mood was perfectly romantic, a delicate balance of reconciliation and anticipation. Just then, a voice, loud and cheerful, pierced the intimate ambience. Miss, I'll take a handful of these, if you don't mind. And here, this is for you. Bun, just put it on my chair for safekeeping, as a present from me, Barty Butterfield. Howie's head snapped up. Barty Butterfield, somehow having infiltrated the Celestial Bistro, was now standing a few tables away, beaming and handing out free packets of replicator peanuts to startled patrons. His keen eyes had spotted Howie and Bunny, and he was heading their way, a loose-limbed, amiable storm. Thank you, Goma, Bunny said distractedly, taking the packet of peanuts with a polite smile, momentarily stunned by Barty's appearance. Are you out of your mind? Howie hissed under his breath, as Barty approached.
Oh, hi, Barty.
Butterfield, you are... Grab a chair. Bunny and me was just having a little after-dinner talk. Private talk, might I add. Barty, however, was fixated on something else entirely. I thought what she was doing, Sergeant, didn't have nothing to do with talking. It's a sight for sore eyes, I said. You two love feelin' and cooin', like the hydra swallows back in Apple Blossom Creek. Howie gripped his water goblet so hard he thought it might shatter. It's been a perfect evening, hasn't it, honey? He practically growled through a forced smile, attempting to usher Barty away with telepathic signals that were clearly not reaching the ensign. Oh, it's been an evening I'll never forget, Vince, Bunny purred, genuinely pleased. She had completely dismissed Barty's presence as mere background noise. Yeah, Howie said, trying to regain control. Look, it's getting a little late, and Bunny has to get home. Garkin. A young serverbot glided over. Howie discreetly slipped it a 50-credit note. Hey, young man, a trick, Barty exclaimed, noticing the generous tip. Why, that's a 50-credit bill. Sergeant, that's the smartest thing I have to keep from getting overcharged. You're not cheating me, are you? Howie clenched his teeth. Of course, I'm not cheating you, but just admiring the ambience. He offered Bunny a shaky smile. Well, Bunny, shall we have our last one for the road? Why not? Bunny chuckled. Who should we drink to? Vince. How about fate? Howie mumbled, desperate for a quick exit. Oh, not me, Sergeant, Barty interjected, holding up his glass of I know. Why don't you drink to the man that made this evening possible? Howie closed his eyes, already knowing what was coming. Barty's innocent heart, ever truthful. Foxy Finley, Barty announced with an ebullient smile. To Foxy Finley. Howie wanted the graph floor to swallow him whole. Bunny, however, caught off guard by the unusual toast, giggled again. I'll drink to that, she said, raising her glass. I will, too, Barty added, raising his own. To Foxy Finley, and to you, Vince, for showing me the nicest evening a girl ever had. She leaned in and planted a sweet kiss on Howie's cheek. The evening seemed to end on a high note, despite Barty's continued presence. Howie escorted Bunny back to her quarters, feeling a cautious optimism about their reconciliation. The next morning, however, Howie's mood had plummeted faster than a malfunctioning escape pod. He was back in the barracks, nursing a potent synth cough and glaring at the universe. Barty, ever vigilant, was also there, fussing about. Come on, Vince! Come on, Vince! It's not your spot! Barty prattled on, watching Howie's glum pacing. She's just not gonna hit you. You did your best. Well, don't aggravate yourself, Sergeant Barty suggested helpfully. Maybe she's just taking a shower. That's a long shower, but Howie groaned, running a hand through his hair. I've been dialing her common since last night. Nothing but the voicemail interface. Boy, I've never seen Bunny this steamed before, Spenny added, emerging from his bunk, a look of profound amusement on his face. Things could have been worse if that celestial bistro manager hadn't let you go, Hop remarked, stretching languidly. You could have gone to jail for passing off counterfeit money. Vince, that's federal. Howie stopped dead. What do you mean? Let me go. I had to sign a sworn statement I'd pay that tab next payday. They held my pay account hostage. He slammed his fist on his bunk. A 50-credit counterfeit. Foxy Finley and his low-overhead special, that rat. Barty blinked, confused. We sure have been having a run of bad luck, hasn't we, Sergeant? First the fur, now this. A lot you've got to complain about, but Howie snapped, turning his full ire on the ends. I got stuck with a bum for a phony bill. And my gal won't even speak to me. My reputation as a connoisseur of fine dining is ruined. At least you've got that watch. It works, doesn't it? Barty glanced at his wrist. The blinking lights on his chronowatch were gone, replaced by a dull, unmoving metallic disc. What, Sergeant? He jiggled his wrist. Well, that's not a watch. That's just the green band that the watch left before it stopped running, and I thought it'd wait for me. Howie stared at Barty's empty wrist, then slowly, agonizingly, pinched the bridge of his nose. You mean that watch is no good either? His voice was a flat monotone of utter defeat. Of course not, Sergeant, Barty chirped, oblivious. It's like you said, you can't expect to get a gold watch with binary star projections for 12 credits and 95 cents. The law of averages, Sergeant. Howie took a deep, shuddering breath. Well, do me a favor. Will you just shut up? Thank you, Sergeant. Thank you, Sergeant. Thank you, Sergeant, Barty said, beaming, completely missing the sarcasm. Howie could only bury his face in his hands, wondering how he could possibly endure another day. The Boozagogos call and the Watusi Queen. Later that afternoon, the usual pre-liberty buzz filled the barracks. Cadets preened in their uniforms, exchanged whispers about exotic alien brews, and speculated on the romantic conquests that awaited them in Nova Nexus. You got big plans for the stellar cycles later, Hop? Spenny asked, adjusting his comeback. You know it, pal, Hop grinned. Where are you going? To that place with the glow-in-the-dark sushi? I'm heading straight for that Watusi place, Hop declared, puffing out his chest. The shimmering siren. There's a little dancer there named Delilah Dynamo who's got big eyes for me. Oh, yes, Barty chimed in, having wandered over. Is she the one in the cage? Hop faltered, glancing at Barty, then back at Spenny. That's right, he quickly confirmed. In a cage. Barty's directness often bypassed Hop's practiced bravado. In a cage, Barty repeated, his brow furrowing with concern. What kind of place is it where they keep a person in a cage? Sounds awful confining, Duke. Hop sighed, then put on his most worldly tone. Well, they have to keep her in a cage, Barty, because when she dances, she gets wild. You've got to see her to believe it, like a cosmic tornado. The energy, the power, the sheer, unbridled animal magnetism. Really? Barty asked, looking skeptical. Well, I don't think I'd enjoy that very much. It bothers me to see an animal in a cage. My Granny Butterfield taught me that all creatures, no matter how small or scaly, deserve respect. That's a human being, Barty, Spenny corrected, exasperated. Yeah, but she's happy in that cage, Barty, Hop insisted, clutching at straws. She's happy, I tell you. He turned to Spenny. You want to try that with your pack on? Spenny gave a vague shrug. Just then, Howie Hexton stormed into the barracks, his presence instantly chilling the carefree atmosphere. He seemed to carry an invisible rain cloud of anger and frustration, an aura so palpable it could bend light. Sorry, Sergeant, Barty piped up, noticing Howie's stormy face. Just an interesting discussion about avian habitation standards. All right, you guys, listen up, Howie roared, ignoring Barty's commentary. I thought it wouldn't hurt to inform you clowns that the orbital fleet transit is complete, and its stellar cycle's end, and that means crowds, and hawkers, and trouble, which I want you to stay out of. Is that clear? Aye, Sergeant, a chorus of voices responded. Good, Spenny. You smell like a man with ambitions to take over the entire Nova Nexus recreational district. So maybe you better be extra careful. No incidents, no fines, new galactic embarrassments. Howie pointed a accusatory finger at him. Oh, no, not me, Sarge, Spenny protested. I got a date, all right? But no cavorting with a bunch of troublemakers. No way. This one is serious. Oh, really? Tell us about it, Smedley, Howie sneered, clearly not believing a word. Well, it's just a girl. Just a girl, Sergeant, Spenny insisted. Not for you, Smedley, Howie retorted, arms crossed. You always aim for the most outrageous. Matter of fact, Sarge, she is something special, Spenny said, looking quite earnest. In fact, she's beautiful, really beautiful. And you know where she works? In a very specialized performing arts venue. Barty, of course, chose this moment to interject. In a cage, Sergeant. Tell the sergeant about how she works in a cage. Spenny, it's awful sad. Hop slapped his forehead, how his face began to redden again. Go, Butterfield. Of course she works in a cage. She also eats and sleeps in a cage, because she's a beast. You guys kill me. You know that, with your phony stories about your big dates. Why can't you just say you're going into Nova Nexus? Have a couple of synth beers, go cosmic bowling, and leave it at that. Oh, no. No, you got to give each other them snow jobs about them gorgeous dates. Honestly, your imaginations would fail a galactic novelist. Barty, sensing a rare moment of his chief's receptiveness, raised his hand politely. Chief Hexton, would you care to hear what I'm going to do today? Howie, utterly exasperated, simply glared at him. No. Well, I'm going up to Nova Nexus's Hollywood sector. Barty continued, undeterred by the chief's refusal. I'm going to take one of them bus tours and see all the movie stars' homes, see how the rich and famous live, get a glimpse of the real galactic legends. Howie stared at Barty, then slowly, an expression of profound disbelief crossed his face. This was actually plausible. Barty was so gloriously, reliably Barty. That's thrilling, Butterfield, Howie deadpanned, trying to keep a straight face. Absolutely thrilling. A cultural excursion. I didn't mean anything bad to do that for the longest kind of time, myself. Marvelous. Hap and Spenny exchanged confused glances. Howie Hexton complimenting Barty, but this was a rare, perhaps apocalyptic, event. "You hear that?" Howie said to the other cadets, a theatrical glint in his eye. "Now, there's a date I can believe. Him I can believe. A man of culture, a man of truth." Barty, beaming with pride, turned to his chief. "You're welcome to come along if you'd care to. Sergeant, it'd be an honor to have you join me for the sightseeing adventure." "No, Butterfield," Howie said, shaking his head, though a faint smile touched his lips. "But you know what? I've got to respect a man who tells the truth. Truly, a beacon of honesty in a sea of embellished tales." "Thank you, Chief Hexton. That's a real nice thing to say. It really is, because I believe that's really what you're going to do. Just what you said." Barty clapped his hands together, delighted. "Oh, I am, Sergeant. I am," Barty declared with absolute sincerity. "Why, is it beginning to sound good to you now? Because if it is, then I'll be proud." "No, I said no," Howie snapped, instantly reverting to type. He glared at the other cadets, who were trying desperately to look inconspicuous. "Now, the rest of you guys, I got just 2 words for you for your liberty. Watch it. Any funny business, and you'll be polishing gravity plating with your tongues." With that, Howie stalked back into his office, leaving a bewildered Barty standing in the middle of the barracks, holding his Liberty Pass and his newfound appreciation from his chief. "Geez," Hap muttered. "Hey Barty, you still going on that tour with him?" Barty frowned. "Gomer, have you forgotten Delilah Dynamo in the cage? See you later, pal." Hop smirked, realizing Barty had just called him Gomer, and disappeared with Spenny off to the shimmering siren. "Oh, don't forget to say hello to Vera Ruber-Elston and all the gang." Howie's voice floated sarcastically from his office. Barty just sighed. "I can always tell when you're pulling my leg, Duke. You get that insincere look in your eyes." He shook his head and headed out, a single mission in his heart, to see the homes of the galactic elite, the star-struck ensign and the silver-screened screen. The luxury shuttle bus glided silently along Foothill Road in fabulous Nova Nexus's Beverly Hills district, its transparent canopy offering panoramic views of impassably opulent estates. Barty Butterfield sat by himself, eyes wide, occasionally emitting a soft garly or Shazam as they passed another celebrity. "We are now on Foothill Road in fabulous Beverly Hills." The automated tour guide's saccharine voice purred from the speakers. "On the left, we see the beautiful home of that famous piano-playing maestro, Liberace, the Liberated. Do you know what I heard? He has a swimming pool shaped just like a piano, and his bed is shaped like a piano also. Truly, his whole life is so involved in piano and piano playing, a singular obsession." "Really?" Barty whispered to himself, utterly fascinated. "You see, his whole life is so involved in piano and piano playing." He marveled at the dedication. "And on this same street, we see the home of the very glamorous and popular young Hollywood star, Lyra," the guide announced, her voice rising in dramatic reverence. Barty gasped. "Lyra looked. Why, I've seen every one of her pictures, every single one." His heart began to thud in his chest. Lyra Luxonville was the ethereal beauty, the dramatic talent, the comedic genius of the galactic entertainment scene. "Excuse me, Maham," Barty blurted out, startling the tour guide bot. "I've got to speak to the driver." He fumbled for the intercom. Driver, would you do me a favor, sir?" The driver bot, its optical sensors flashing, replied, "Sorry, no refunds for personal discomfort, sir. Stellar policy." "Oh, it's not that. I'm having a wonderful time," Barty quickly reassured it. "I was just wondering if you'd stop for a second while I got a picture of Lyra Luxonville's house. It'd mean a lot to me. It really would. A true memory." The driver bot paused, its internal algorithms processing Barty's genuine earnest. "Yeah, well, okay, sir. I'll be in service, ma'am. But just a second, I've got to schedule the re-" The bus gently came to a stop. Barty scrambled out, clutching his vintage data camera, eager to capture a piece of Hollywood history. He snapped a quick shot of the sprawling estate, admiring the vibrant flora and glittering architecture. As he turned to get back on the bus, he looked up to see the bus was gone, utterly, irrevocably gone. A faint shimmer on the horizon was the only indication it had ever been there. Thank you, Thank you, Barty called out belatedly before realizing his predicament. Where'd he go? Anyway, he's got to leave the tour. He could have at least said goodbye. Now I won't get to see Randy Scott's house. Barty looked forlornly down the empty road. He was alone, in Beverly Hills, miles from base. Suddenly, a gate nearby swung open, and a woman in simple gardening coveralls and a wide-brimmed sun hat emerged. She carried a trowel and wore dirt-stained gloves. Her features, even under the grime and hat, were strikingly beautiful. It was Lyra Luxonville, enjoying a rare moment of privacy. Lyra, played by the dazzling Astra Zenith, was used to elaborate security, but sometimes even she needed to just dig in the dirt. "Hi, Private," Lyra said, a faint smile on her face. "I didn't mean to barge in like this, but the sightseeing bus I was riding on went off and left me. Can you believe it? My driver sometimes just disappears. I'm awfully sorry. I hope you'll excuse me showing up here like this." She was trying to maintain anonymity, hoping Barty wouldn't recognize her. "Oh, that's all right, ma'am," Barty said, ever polite. "Where are you stationed, Private?" "Ah, you're not a private, are you?" Lyra chuckled. "Camper Henderson," she improvised. "This sure is a beautiful place, isn't it? She sure is a lucky girl, the lady who owns it." "Who is?" Barty asked, genuinely curious. "The lady you work for," Barty said, looking at her muddy clothes and gardening tools. "Lyra Luxonville. You must be her maid, or her—" Lyra tilted her head, trying to suppress a giggle. "Well, no, at the moment, I'm more like her gardener." "Really and truly," Barty exclaimed, his eyes wide. "I don't think I ever met a professional lady gardener before. In Apple Blossom Creek, it's usually just the grizzled old botanists." "You know, come to think of it, neither have I," Lyra agreed, a genuine smile now gracing her lips. This simple man was refreshing. "Well, it sure has been nice talking to you, Mom," Barty said, looking forlornly down the road again. "Excuse me now, I guess I'd better be going. I don't know why that bus didn't wait on me. Maybe it had a jump to make." "What made you get off of it in the first place, Private?" Lyra asked, curious. "To take pictures of my favorite Hollywood star's home," Barty replied immediately, beaming. "Lyra Luxonville is your favorite movie star?" "Yes, ma'am. I bet I've seen every one of her pictures," Barty declared with conviction. "Really? Every one?" Lyra asked, a hint of genuine surprise in her voice. Few people watched her older Laceran works. "I sure have, ma'am," Barty affirmed, starting with Motorcycle Madness, What's New Tomboy, and I Was a Teenage Coupe. Those were some classics." Lyra winced slightly. "Well, those were some time ago." "Yes, ma'am, but I've seen her latest picture too," Barty added quickly. "The Monster Who Hated Pennsylvania. I bet I've seen that 8 times. Best monster picture of the cycle." "Well, you really are a fan, aren't you?" Lyra said, touched by his genuine admiration. "I really am." Barty's face glowed. Lyra took a deep breath. "Well, I'm very glad to know you. I'm Lyra Lux." Barty blinked. "Then again, you're not." "Well, I certainly am," Lyra affirmed, pulling off her sun hat, revealing a cascade of golden hair. The hat and grime had hidden her famously luminous eyes. "If you're not spoofing me, are you, ma'am?" Barty asked, genuinely unsure. This sort of thing simply didn't happen in Apple Blossom Creek. "No, here I'll prove it to you," Lyra said, mimicking one of her most famous lines. Her voice deepened, becoming guttural and dramatic, her face twisting into a theatrical grimace. General, the monster's wiped out Pittsburgh and Philadelphia. You've just got to stop him before he reaches Reading. That's my hometown." "Whoa," Barty gasped, taking a step back in genuine astonishment. "You are Lyra Luxonville. Oh, my stars and galaxies. How are you?" Lyra chuckled at his unusual greeting. "Well, I don't know why I didn't recognize you right off," Barty stammered, his mind racing. "But you look so different with that hat and them laces and everything." "Well, you haven't told me your name yet," Private Lyra prompted gently. Barty Butterfield, ma'am. Petty Officer, First Class, Starfleet Training Command." He saluted, a bit stiffly. "Well, Gomer, I mean Barty," Lyra corrected herself, having seen the name on his uniform patch. "Now that we've been properly introduced, Would you like to come up to the house and have a nice tall glass of lemonade? I just replicated a fresh batch. Yes, ma'am. That'd be real nice. Barty accepted, feeling as if he had stepped into one of her inside Lyra's sprawling, elegant estate, surrounded by shimmering art installations and plush alien weave carpets. Barty felt both out of place and utterly delighted. Lyra poured him a third glass of ice-cold, perfectly tart lemonade. Here you are, Barty. Another glass of lemonade, Lyra offered, amused by his prodigious thirst. Thank you, ma'am. This makes 3 of them already, Barty exclaimed. Golly, if the folks back home in Apple Blossom Creek could just see me now, sitting here talking to a real Hollywood star, Granny Butterfield would just burst her overalls. He paused. That reminds me, did you know that back home in Apple Blossom Creek, they used to call you the Annie Ruth Collins of Hollywood? Lyra, who had never heard this particular comparison, raised an elegant eyebrow. No, I didn't. Well, I'll tell you how it happened, Barty said, settling in to share a truly riveting tale of small-town gossip and cinematic parallels. You remember a Harlovage you was in called Private Hospital? Emham, remember you was in love with this married doctor with the 3 children? What? The exact same situation happened to Aunt Minerva Mayflower back in Apple Blossom Creek. Only thing, he wasn't a doctor, he was a veterinarian, and she didn't give him up like you did in the Hollywood. No, ma'am. She married this veterinarian right after his wife ran off with this traveling space salesman, and now the doctor drinks quite a bit. And Aunt Minerva has to take care of the 3 children and his prize-winning hydroponic fungi farm. It's a sad, sad story. Lyra stared, utterly captivated by this unexpectedly candid and slightly depressing peek into provincial life. We're fine, Barty, she said softly. Tell me more. I'm miserable, I take it. Things didn't work out exactly the way you'd planned for Aunt Minerva. She had found herself, much to her own surprise, enjoying the bizarre conversation. Barty was like a breath of fresh, unpolluted air from a simpler quadrant of the galaxy. The barricade of belief. Meanwhile, back at the Aegis base, Hop and Spenny had returned from their own less-than-stellar liberty. Hop's encounter with Delilah Dynamo had indeed been in a cage. Her husband and 2 surprisingly aggressive children were also in the cage, a family act that Hap hadn't quite anticipated. After spending most of his credits on lukewarm synth beer and losing spectacularly at cosmic bowling, was also feeling dejected. I take it, things didn't work out exactly the way you'd planned, Spenny Hap sighed, prodding at a broken It never fails. When you over-anticipate, you're bound to be disappointed. That Delilah Dynamo and her clan, quite a surprise. Not a good one. Thanks a lot, Hummel Spenny grumbled, using Hop's full surname for emphasis. Now I'm stuck paying for her husband's Syntha whiskey tab. I don't know why I even bother going into Nova Nexus, Hap lamented. I could have more fun doing my laundry. At least the Lintraps are predictable. Just then, Barty burst into the barracks, his face alight with a joy that put their misery into sharp relief. You guys, boy, have I got something to tell you. He practically vibrated with excitement. Why, do you hear this? You know that Hollywood tour I went on? Well, I had one of the best times I've ever had in my whole life. Guess who I spent the afternoon with? He clapped his hands together. Come on, guess. You'll never guess in a million years, but guess anyway. Hap and Spenny exchanged a look of profound weariness. Here we go again. I don't know, Barty Hop mumbled, already feeling a headache coming on. My imagination isn't up to scratch after my cage encounter. You'll never guess. Gomer, I give up, Spenny declared, not even trying. Okay, then I'll tell you. Barty crowed, unable to contain himself. I spent the whole afternoon with Lyra Luck, the Hollywood star. What do you think about that, fellas? He puffed out his chest, utterly expecting adulation. Spenny snorted, then burst into laughter. Hop just stared, a slow, incredulous smirk spreading across his face. How long did it take you to think that one up? Barty, that's almost as good as the time you told us you saw a real-life space kraken during an orbital patrol. She is without a doubt one of the nicest, sweetest girls I ever met in my whole life. Barty insisted, his smile faltering slightly at their disbelief. Right away, she offered me this nice, tall drink of lemonade. You mean you don't believe me? Barty asked, his voice filled with genuine hurt. Hop shook his head, still smirking. Barty, I'm not in the mood for jokes. Can you knock it off? I just lost 50 credits on a family circus act. But this is no joke, Duke, Barty pleaded, turning to his closest friend. Do you? Connie, and I've saved the best part for last. She told me to come back tomorrow for a barbecue, and I could even ask a few of my buddies to come along. Real, genuine, replicated barbecue, she said. Spenny howled with laughter. Oh, sure, Barty. And she filled the pool with champagne for swimming. Right, or maybe have a personal star cruiser waiting to take you to a private moon. That's rich. You mean you don't believe me? Barty's eyes began to water. Is it just a little far-fetched? Hupp asked gently. Just a little, Barty. Well, I'm surprised at you, Duke. I really am, Barty exclaimed, feeling utterly betrayed. You're supposed to be my best friend. Have I ever told you a fib in my whole life? Hop considered this. Then, reluctantly, no, but there's always a first time, Barty. We all start somewhere. Well, I'll tell you exactly how it happened. Barty launched into a detailed, earnest recount of his bus mishap, Lyra's gardening guys, her proof of identity monologue, and the lemonade. He concluded, and there she was, and she is, without a doubt, one of the nicest. You really mean it? Hop asked, seeing the absolute sincerity in Barty's tear-filled eyes. You really mean it, Barty? I'm surprised at you, Duke, Barty protested. If I said I did, I did. I'm Barty Butterfield, not Foxy Finley. Well, I mean, Hop stammered, rubbing the back of his neck. It's just like a thing like that happens to a serviceman like once in 1,000 times, and who'd ever figure you to be so lucky? Well, I was. And like I said, she told me to bring some of my buddies out. For real, Duke. Hop looked at Spenny. Spenny looked at Hop. A real, genuine barbecue with a Hollywood star. The odds were astronomical, but Barty's sheer belief was a force unto itself. And the prospect of real food beat Mess Hall Alpha's offerings any day. I'll go. Spenny suddenly declared. It's all set. The three of us will go up to Hollywood tomorrow. The three of us? Barty asked. Who's the third? Chief Hexton, of course, Hap announced. What do you want to ask him for? Spenny hissed. He's just gonna bark. Well, he's my buddy too, isn't he? Barty replied, hurt. I'll go over there first thing in the morning and ask him. And he won't be like you. He'll believe me right off, like he always does. He's always been my trusted mentor. And so, the next morning, Howie Hexton found himself staring at Barty, who was recounting the previous day's fantastic tale with his usual conviction. Swear, Barty finished, his hand raised. Well, it's the truth, Sergeant, every word of it. Howie stared at Barty. Then he began to chuckle, a low, rumbling sound. Then he burst into full, guffawing laughter. But if you mean to stand there and tell me that you spent a whole afternoon with a sex bot like Lyra Luck? I did, Sergeant. I really did, Barty insisted, looking utterly miserable at Howie's inappropriate description. But she ain't what you said she was. She's a nice, wholesome girl, like a fresh-baked Kronenberg. Okay, Butterfield, Howie conceded, wiping a tear of laughter from his eye. To you, she's a nice, wholesome girl. To me, she's an unholy siren of the silver screen. But you do believe me, don't you? Barty pleaded, his hope hanging by a thread. Of course, I believe you, but Howie declared, still chuckling. Did I ever doubt you? You are the very embodiment of galactic veracity. And you'll come? Barty asked, his eyes shining. Well, Howie hesitated. He had an image to uphold. The last thing he needed was to be seen consorting with his two most troublesome cadets, led by the galaxy's most naive, at a Hollywood star's house. But the thought of a free barbecue. Please say you'll come, Chief, Barty pressed. Well, your clowns may not even know how to behave, Howie muttered, trying to find a credible excuse to go. You probably need someone along to show you how to behave in a classy house, to supervise you a lot. He straightened his uniform. Okay, but for just one reason. Butterfield, to supervise, and make sure you don't accidentally ingest the art installations, or liberate the silverware. Golly, thank you, Sergeant, Barty exclaimed, ecstatic. Who else is coming? Howie sighed, knowing this was an even larger mistake than buying the Krylix fox fur. Well, just so far, it's me and you, and Duke I mean Hup and a corporal if he wants to. He rubbed his temples, gored no more than 5, and no fraternizing, understood. You had to open your big mouth, huh? Hop whispered to Barty as they walked towards the transport pad the next day. Spenny, ever eager for a free meal, had also decided to join. Behind them, a small procession of other cadets. Having heard the wildly exaggerated rumors of a Hollywood invasion and freestyle rations at Lyra Luxonville's pad, had mysteriously materialized. "Look at all them guys," Spenny whispered, eyes wide. "That's more than 5. Barty, oblivious, simply beamed. "Oh, I've asked a fellas in my barracks. Sergeant, I'm sure she won't mind. She loves company, just like Granny But." Howie's jaw dropped. He turned to face the entire platoon, now milling about impatiently. He took a deep, fortifying breath, pushing down the surge of panic. This was going to be a disaster of epic, galactic proportions. Well, so this is how the other half lives," Spenny whispered to Harp, gazing at the palatial gates of Lyra Luxonville's estate. "Shut up," Howie hissed, eyes darting from side to side. "All right, guys, hold it down. Now, remember, don't do or say anything that's going to embarrass me. If you've got any doubt about what's the proper etiquette, check with me. Don't shake hands with her. Whatever you do, and watch them Space Gator boots. Don't track dirt into her elegant abode." "Aye, sir," the platoon mumbled, a motley crew of eager, slightly bewildered faces. "Let's go," Howie barked, taking a deep breath and steeling himself for the inevitable. He tried to look confident, despite the overwhelming certainty that he was walking into a cosmic booby trap of Barty's making. Back, form up. "You sure she's home? But if," Howie muttered, eyeing the imposing gate. "She's expecting me to be here," Barty said confidently, knocking on the ornate, crystalline door with an eager hand. "She said so herself." The door slid open silently, revealing a tall, impeccably dressed gentleman with a severe expression. This was Stevens, Lyra Luxonville's longtime majordomo, played by the stiff upper-lipped Cedric Grimace. "Yes?" Stevens inquired, his voice as cold and sterile as a medical lab. He looked from Barty to the large gathering of Starfleet cadets with an expression of barely concealed disdain. "Good afternoon, sir," Barty said cheerfully. "My buddies and I are here to say, Miss L—" Stevens's gaze lingered on Barty, his eyes narrowing slightly. "I'm sorry. Miss Luxonville is not at home and is not expected. She's currently undergoing an extensive period of private orbital meditation, far from the prying eyes of the curious." Barty blinked. "But she's expecting us, sir. She promised us a barbecue. We've come all this way from Aegis Base." "I'm afraid that's not likely," Stevens replied, his tone chilling. "Miss Luxonville has been in the Andromeda Quadrant for the past cycle, enjoying the secluded nebulae of Sector Gamma 7. She is most certainly not expecting a platoon of Starfleet personnel. Good day, gentlemen." With a click, the crystalline door slid shut. Howie stared at the closed door, then at Barty, then at his now bewildered platoon. The silence was deafening. Howie's face, already red, slowly began to turn a shade of volcanic purple. "Okay, Butterfield," Howie said, his voice dangerously low, each word a chip of ice. "What's the gag? What is this? April Fool? It ain't even April." Barty looked utterly crushed. "I don't know, Sergeant." He said she was in Europe. His voice trembled. "Very funny, Butterfield. Very funny," Howie hissed, grabbing Barty by the arm and pulling him away from the now muttering platoon. "But you know what? I don't like practical jokes, and I don't like you right now. And when I get you back to the base, I've got a few jokes of my own planned for your private enjoyment. You'll be scrubbing quantum fluctuations out of the holodeck matrix." Barty stood, rooted to the spot, a picture of absolute despair. His greatest hope had been dashed, and his chief was furious. He knew, with a certainty deeper than the void of space, that he was utterly, hopelessly disgraced. But then, as Howie turned to address the grumbling platoon, a familiar, musical voice drifted over the crystalline gate. "Hey, Miss Tracy, Ensign Barty. It's warm. I can't see you." Lyra Luxonville, wearing a shimmering bathing suit, appeared on her private patio, looking directly at Barty. "I thought you were going to bring some of your friends with you, Ensign," she called out. "Where did they all go?" "I just came back from my solar-heated pool, and I'm ready for some fun." Barty's jaw dropped. The platoon and Howie all stared at the vision of Lyra, her presence a dazzling, improbable mirage. I did, Barty stammered, pointing at the retreating cadet. They left. Well, my buddies and I went up and knocked on the door, and this fella come out and said that you was in Europe, and he didn't know when you'd be back. Lyra gasped, clutching a towel to her chest. Oh, Gomer, I mean. Barty, I'm so sorry. Stevens was just trying to protect me from the press. I should have told him. Oh, I feel terrible. He's always so dedicated. She looked at the disappointed faces of the cadets. Do you suppose we could call them back and explain? Barty shook his head mournfully. I don't think they'd do any good, ma'am, since they thought I made it up about meeting you and all anyway. Now, I'm sure they think I'm some kind of a liar, a deceiver, even. Oh, Gomer, I'm so sorry, Lyra said, genuinely distressed. Stevens, she called out. Stevens, having reappeared with a glass of juice, paused, his cold expression melting slightly at Lyra's command. Is everything all right, Miss Luck? Oh, a petty officer first-class Butterfield is a friend of mine, Lyra explained, offering Barty a warm smile. Could you help him with his packages, please? She gave Stevens a pointed look that brooked no argument. I told you I was expecting friends. Stevens bowed stiffly. Very well, Miss Luck. Lyra turned back to Barty. I'm trying again. They should be back by now. Who should I call? And Barty, desperate to prove his truthfulness, pulled out his cumdiv. Hello, crewman specialist Bellamy. Could I speak to Chief Heck? Please, it's Butterfield. He wants to talk to you. Inside the barracks, crewman specialist Byron Buzz Bellamy, played by the cynical yet reliable Kyle Quark, was trying to sort out a logistical nightmare. The communer chimed. Are you kidding? Buzz muttered, already exasperated. Hang up. What is it this time? Baron Munchausen, another story about an invisible pet space. Hang up. Crewman specialist Bellamy. Howie Hexton, having just returned, bellowed from his office. He was still fuming about the elaborate joke. Would you tell Chief Hexton that I'm sitting right here at Miss Luxonville's house, and that she feels real bad about missing you all? Barty's voice, filtered through the communities, sounded genuinely sincere. She's even got on her swimsuit, ready for the barbecue, a beautiful green one, with little atomic particles all over it. Howie rolled his eyes. What do you think, we're a couple of jerks? Butterfield, how many times do you think we're going to fall for that crummy gag? Hang up. But I tell you, Barty insisted, his voice cracking, she's standing right here in a bathing suit, getting ready to go for a swim, and she wants you all to come back. He turned to Lyra. Here, give me the phone. I'll talk to him, Miss Luck. Lyra, bemused by the whole situation, took the He says he's with her now, and that she's wearing a bathing suit. Buzz relayed to Howie, his voice barely suppressing a chuckle. Ask him what he's drinking, Howie Tell him to prove it. Ask him about the pattern on the space. Hang up. Just hang up. Howie roared, utterly beyond his patience. Wait a minute. Wait just 1 minute, Buzz said, holding the communard. Hello, hello, he shrugged. He hung up. Chief C hung up. I guess they still don't believe me, Barty said to Lyra, his face a picture of utter dejection. Lyra put a comforting hand on his shoulder. Oh, Barty, I'm so sorry. Well, look, don't feel so bad, Lyra said gently. You tried. You really did. I can't blame them for not believing me. Holovitz stars don't usually invite platoons to barbecues. Well, there's nothing you can do about it now, Lyra continued. Look, would you like to take a swim, Barty? There are some extra trunks in the cabana. A nice, refreshing dip might lift your spirits. Well, thank you kindly, Miss Luxonville, Barty replied, a flicker of an idea sparking in his earnest mind. But I got an idea. Would it be all right with you if I just went back to the base and fetched my buddies? I've got to prove it to M. Lyra smiled. Well, sure, Barty, but isn't it a lot of trouble? I mean, you'll be out here all by yourself, then all the way back. Well, yeah, but I just wouldn't feel comfortable swimming here while back at the base. They was doubting me, Barty explained, his sense of personal integrity offended. So I'll just rush on back and straighten things out, and we'll see you later, for real. Oh, Gomer, you sure are the conscientious one, Lyra exclaimed, shaking her head in amusement. Barty was truly one of a kind. She handed him a packed lunch, just in case he got peckish on his dash back to base. The mass hypochondria and the Martian mump. Howie Hexton was waiting, his hands on his hips, a thunderous expression on his face. He'd barely settled back in his office after the Lyra Luxonville incident when the sound of Barty's rapid footsteps echoed down the corridor. He anticipated a fresh excuse, a new layer of delusion. "Well, I want to talk to him," Howie muttered to himself. "I want to talk to him real good, and then I want to talk to you guys, Smedley, Hamilton." Buzz Bellamy, along with Hap and Spenny, watched from a safe distance. "Why, Chief, what did we do?" Spenny asked meekly. Howie spun around, jabbing a finger in the air. "Let me tell you something about characters like Butt. When these truthful, never-to-lie guys like him go, they go all the way, just like that. I've seen it happen before. A complete psychological break. And you know whose fault it is," Howie continued, his voice rising in dramatic accusation. "You guys, all of you. It's psychological, and you guys are to blame for his delusions." "I don't get it," Hop said, genuinely confused. "I think I know where the sergeant is going," Duke Spenny whispered. "Shut up, Hamilton," Howie snapped, momentarily distracted. "Look, every weekend, Butterfield listens to you guys bullying each other about the big deals you got cooking in Nova Nexus, the dates, the thrills, the high-flying adventures. He's getting an inferiority complex." Howie leaned in close, his voice a dramatic whisper. "So what does he do? He cooks up a big deal of his own to impress everybody, only it's all in his head. See? A grand delusion. In other words, he's fantasizing." "What?" Spenny gasped. "You think so, Sarge? You think it's all in his head?" "I know it is," Howie declared with absolute certainty. "And when I see him, I'm going to—" Just then, Barty burst into the room, slightly disheveled but utterly jubilant, a smudge of dirt on his cheek. "Hi, Sergeant Clark. I'm glad you're here. Guess what, Sergeant?" "What Howie said, pinching his nose, bracing for another fantastical tale. "It couldn't have been more than 10 seconds after I left," Barty announced, his eyes shining, "when Miss Luxonville showed up right where I was, just like she promised." Howie stared, mouth agape. He began to shake his head vigorously. "Butterfield, listen to me. Phantom-sizing, and it's got to stop, okay? This mental trickery has to cease." "But it's the truth," Barty protested. "She only went shopping, and she forgot to tell Mr. Stevens to expect us. She was sorry as she could be about the mix. She sent me here to fetch you back to her house, to the barbecue, Sergeant, and look." He held out a foil-wrapped barbecue sandwich, a peace offering. Howie stared at the sandwich, then at Barty's intensely sincere face. He hesitated, a tiny sliver of doubt piercing his rigid certainty. He took the sandwich, then pushed it back. "You don't believe me either, do you, Chief?" Barty asked, his face falling again. "All right, I'll tell you what I'm going to do," Barty declared, sudden resolve in his eyes. "Listen to this. I'm going to prove to you I've been telling the truth. I'm going to call her up and let you talk to her. She gave me her cum number. So you and the fellas come on with me to the day room, and I'm going to call her. She'll tell you." Howie stared at Barty. Could he possibly be serious? Or was this an even deeper level of delusion? He decided to play along, if only to debunk Barty's fantasy once and for all. "Please," Duke Barty pleaded to Hop. "You just got to believe me. You're above everybody else. You just got to." Hop sighed, looking at Howie, who merely shrugged. "Okay," Hap said, shaking his head. "You're going to be apologizing to me in about 3 minutes. You just wait and see." Howie followed Barty, Spenny, and hopped to the day room's cum station. "Curious, very curious," Howie muttered, rubbing his chin. He still harbored an infinitesimally small suspicion that Barty might actually be telling the truth. After all, the ensign was, in his own peculiar way, pathologically honest. But Lyra looked no way. Barty frantically searched his pockets. "I'm looking for the piece of paper with the cum number on it. I just put it in there. I just know I did." He emptied his pockets, scattering lint and random bolts. "It's open. It's open." Barty groaned. The cum number was gone. Later, Howie was trying to get some much-needed rest in his bunk when a familiar face peered around the doorframe. "What are you doing here, Butterfield? What do you want? I told you to leave me alone." "Chief Exton, I know you're mad at me, but could I talk to you for a minute?" Barty asked, his voice subdued. "No," Howie growled, pulling his pillow over his head. But I've got some good news for you, Sergeant, Barty insisted, ignoring the command. You're being transferred, Howie asked hopefully, sitting bolt upright. Oh no. This is good news, Barty clarified. I just talked to Miss Luxonville on the comlink, just like you wouldn't believe. Howie suppressed a groan. Take it easy, Vince. Don't let them aggravate you, he muttered to himself, attempting self-calming techniques. All right, Butterfield, get out of here. But listen, Sergeant, she's coming down here to pick us all up and take us home with her, for the barbecue. She's coming here to the base, with her own personal shuttle. Barty bubbled with enthusiasm. To the base, Howie spluttered, horrified. Butterfield, you're off your space. She is. She really is, Barty insisted. Howie took a moment, then a slow, malicious grin spread across his face. Ah, this would be good. He'd set up a little surprise for Barty's grand entrance with his Holovid star. Oh, Howie said, feigning an impressed tone. Then maybe I'd better get ready for her. Wouldn't do to be caught off guard by a galactic celebrity. Oh, one more thing, Sergeant Barty said as he turned to leave, sensing victory. Do I have your permission to bring Miss Luxonville on the base? Of course, Butterfield, of course, Howie boomed, rubbing his hands together. Bring her anywhere you want. Bring her to the barracks. I'll be there to welcome her with open arms. And maybe a tactical deployment of fire suppression foam. Thank you, Sergeant, Barty exclaimed, completely misinterpreting Howie's tone. I'm glad we're buddies again. You do believe me now? Oh, of course, I believe you, Butterfield, Howie replied, his grin widening to an almost predatory leer. He then turned to Buzz Bellamy. He says he's going to bring her here. You think maybe this time? Buzz just looked at Howie with an expression of concern. Oh, you nuts. Chief, he's caught up in a pack of lies here. Come up with another excuse for the troops when she doesn't show. Do you think he's flipped or something? I don't know, Buzz, but it's time for the cure, Howie said, rising purposefully. Come on, where are we going? The barracks. Look, I don't know what this clown has cooked up, Howie explained to his junior officers. But this time, when he comes in with his latest excuse for why she couldn't make it, we'll be ready for him. The psychological torment will be exquisite. They arrayed the barracks to face the door, anticipating Barty's humiliation. Suddenly, a polite knock sounded, and then the door opened, revealing Barty and, to everyone's absolute astonishment, Lyra Luxonville herself, radiating star power, dressed in a fashionable but casual outfit, perfectly at ease. Did you have any trouble finding a place, Miss Luck? Barty asked politely as they entered. Oh, not a bit, Barty, Lyra replied, her voice soft and melodic. In fact, it was a very nice ride, and I'm glad we're going to get this whole thing straightened out once and for all. She surveyed the stunned faces of the platoon, then offered a warm, genuine smile. The fellas should be ready now, Barter. They were getting all spiffed up when I drove by. Did they finally believe you? Lyra whispered to Barty. Well, it took a lot of doing, Barty confided, but I guess they finally did. Don't you look pretty, Miss Luck? Ain't they going to be surprised? Lyra just chuckled softly. Well, here we are. Silence. Absolute, petrified silence. Every single cadet, including Howie, stood frozen, their mouths agape, their eyes wide with shock. The prank was on them. Who is it? Barty called out cheerfully, sensing their collective catatonia. Howie found his voice, a strangled gurgle of pure disbelief. It's me, Barty. Come on in. Eyes, left, he stammered, attempting to maintain some semblance of military bearing. Could I speak to you, ma'am? A moment. He addressed Lyra, his voice unusually high. Excuse us, ladies, Barty announced to the absolutely non-existent women in the room, clearly speaking to an invisible audience of refinement. All right, you guys, hold it down. Will you? No louder than a whisper in quantum vacuum? This ain't a big joint during the big time now. So act accordingly. No running and no horsing around the pool. Be on your best Starfleet behavior. Lyra watched this unfold with an amused smile. Howie, meanwhile, tried to reassert control over his mutinous vocal cords. We're just having fun, Sarge. You gotta relax, Spenny ventured nervously. Have all the fun you like, Howie growled, finally regaining a semblance of his normal tone. but use a little decorum. Understand? I don't want to be embarrassed. Okay, Sarge, hold it down on the inside. Fellas, one handful of chips at a time. You'd think you were starving, the way you guys are going at it. Lyra laughed, a clear bell-like sound. That's so funny, Goma. She shook her head. Hi, Sarge. She greeted Howie with an almost flirtatious smile. Howie, now utterly flummoxed, but determined to salvage what little dignity he had left, puffed out his chest. A beautiful party. Miss Luck, my compliments on your exceptional hospitality and interior. Well, thank you, Sergeant, Lyra replied, still smiling at Barty. Barty here was just telling me how wonderful you've been to us all, keeping things orderly and well-maintained on the base, a true leader. Howie stared at Barty, who was beaming. Well, I do what I can for all the men, Miss Luxonville, Howie replied, forcing a stern but benevolent expression. They're like a bunch of kids, you know. They need constant looking after, guidance, a firm hand. He shot a menacing glare at the platoon, daring them to contradict him, especially some of them. You're sure lucky to have somebody like Sergeant Carter, I mean, Chief Hexton, to look after you, Barty piped up. There ain't nothing he doesn't know. He's a walking data slate of military knowledge. Howie flushed with embarrassment. Isn't nothing. Barty isn't anything. You constantly need correction on even the simplest of idioms. Lyra's smile widened, amused. Miss Luxonville, he's watching us all the time. He makes sure we're on our best behavior. Yes, Lyra agreed, catching on quickly. I have to keep my eye on him every minute. The way he manages to handle an entire platoon of energetic young men. You never can tell when one of them is going to do something foolish, like trying to clean the crystalline sculptures with a high-powered graviton blaster. She winked at Howie. It's a wonder he keeps his sanity. Sergeant Howie Hexton, for the first time in what felt like centuries, was utterly speechless. Lyra Luxonville, the galactic superstar, was defending him from his own ends. The world had truly flipped on its axis. He could only stare, an astonished, defeated, but somewhat intrigued expression on his face. As Lyra Luxonville mingled effortlessly with his stupefied platoon, a real Hollywood star, here, on EJ's base. All thanks to Barty. But what a bizarre universe. The cadence, calamity, and the crucial contest. A few cycles later, life at St. Ciege's base had returned to its usual rhythm, albeit with a slight ripple effect from the Lyra Luxonville incident, which had entered the realm of whispered legend. Barty was still convinced that Howie secretly loved his wholesome friends and enjoyed being chaperoned. Howie, meanwhile, tried to eradicate all memory of the event, finding solace in the mundane efficiency of military routine. This fragile peace was shattered one brisk morning by the clanging of the rec deck door and the familiar booming laughter of Chief Petty Officer Theron Tychothorne, commander of a rival platoon. Howie's nemesis in everything from tactical drills to cosmic billiards, Tycho, portrayed with a smug barrel-chested arrogance by the actor Victor Vex, was a perpetual thorn in Howie's side, constantly trying to one-up him. "What you doing, Vince?" Tycho boomed, strolling into the rec deck, a smirk plastered across his face. He watched as Howie finished a set of rigorous calisthenics, beads of sweat glistening on his brow. "All right to you, man," Howie grunted, barely acknowledging Tycho. "Ready, Harker, anytime Vince, anytime at all. Let them have a count on you, Maguire." Howie was engaged in his perennial competition with Tycho, a grueling push-up and sit-up contest. They called it the Iron Gauntlet. "All right, you ready?" Tycho challenged. "Again, come on, Maguire. Come on. That's your time. 26, Howie barked. "Going on 27, my blood is lactic acid at this point." Tycho chuckled, a smug, irritating sound. "Well, old buddy, it appears you owe me another steak dinner. The Bluebird Cafe tonight. On you, of course." Howie glared, his chest heaving. "Nice work, Peter," he said to his burly aide, Maguire, who always kept score. Tycho smirked. "Hey, look. Vince, can't your boys do anything better than mine? This endless